Hello and welcome to Waffly Bollocks, the wrestling podcast that unfortunately still believes there should be more women's wrestling matches on the shows, and we're not going to shut up about it, so if that's a problem for you, you might want to go and listen to some dudes instead. I'm Sarah, aka Awfully Waffly, and my co-host is MJ, aka Wrestle Trash.
Hello!
Yeah.
Mission statement of the episode. There we go.
You know, just putting it out there. I'm so hot. And I want to die.
It's so warm. It's deeply unpleasant. It's
so bad.
We're just gonna start like rampaging.
I am a little bit concerned it will turn into just screaming, crying.
I'm just gonna say it's probably a good thing that Tony Khan gave us a decent pay-per-view.
Yes. Yeah.
Otherwise, this would be so traumatic to try and get through.
Yeah. But I am holding it against you that you were like, oh, we should record after Dynamite. Fucking
yeah, I fucked up.
3 hours, 20 minutes. Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like, no, we should do it after Dynamite, record it after Dynamite, because then we'll have a bit of follow-up from the matches. And and there's me thinking I was clever. And then I saw the thing that said 3 hour special, and I was like, fuck.
So in terms of structure today, I've basically done our usual pay-per-view structure where we talk through the matches, and then where there's been a follow-on, we'll just pop it in the relevant section
as we go,
and we'll just hope for the best.
Makes the most amount of sense, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's like I got nothing. My brain is not firing at all. It's just melted. I'm a puddle. I can't
Scrambled
live.
Egg.
Yeah, cooked
Scrambled egg brain.
Cooked egg brain. Overall, as you say, I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view. I had quite a nice time, considering I was watching it in the least favourable possible way of watching it on my laptop in my mum's living room while she watched like Pointless on TV.
Yeah, not ideal.
No.
But yeah, cracking pay-per-view, I thought. Yeah, good one.
Good time.
I had fun with it. It wasn't as hot, so I didn't feel quite as insane while I was watching it. But I've rewatched bits and bobs like this week since Monday. But I didn't get to the end of it. But still, I'm sure this will refresh my
rewatched a
memory.
few bits last night, but I've slept since then and also watched another 3.5 hours of wrestling since then. So, holy shit. Okay. So I don't know where to start. I will start by saying they had a set that wasn't just the standard Dynamite one, which was good. That's what we like for pay-per-views. However, not sure I entirely understood the concept. Seemed to just be scaffolding. Is that...
Yes, because I think that's just a thing in New York. There's just fucking scaffolding everywhere.
I mean, there's scaffolding many places. I'm not sure It did look a little bit like maybe they hadn't finished building the set.
Yeah. But it was cool. I liked it. It was cheap and cheerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a bit changing rooms does a set.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Interior Design Masters this season had an episode where all the contestants had to design for a Navy base mess room, and one of them tried to turn it into a pub, even though then the naval officers are not allowed to drink. So it was a bit weird, and it was also fucking terrible.
I need to start watching it. When did it start? Sorry, I love that show.
I actually don't know because I'm fucking terrible at watching live TV. I've been watching it on iPlayer, but we're a few episodes in. Yeah, all good.
Cool.
So it's like we haven't got enough wrestling to talk about.
We're gonna make a side pod about Interior Design
Masters.
Yeah,
that's what we'll do if AEW doesn't sort its problems out. No, but like you said, this was a good one. We got Mick Foley, as we'd sort of been told he was on his way over. He hosted the pre-show with Renee. Poor RJ got kicked out for the day.
He did. bless him, poor guy. He's out of a job, doesn't get his graphic.
I mean, technically, he never had a job if he didn't have a graphic.
That's true. That's true.
I obviously don't know that much about Mick Foley because he's from the olden times, but one of the first things he said was that while he was backstage, he saw some female wrestlers waiting to come out, and he was wearing a Molly Spartan flannel shirt. So far, so good.
Yeah, he's great. Mick's great, to be fair. He is like sort of big cuddly uncle of wrestling. Like he just seems like a genuinely lovely man. So it's I'm really happy because like I've been a fan of his for years. So like yeah, just because it was one of those things where it was like we knew Mick was on like a Legends contract, so that limits what he would be allowed to do in terms of like working with other companies and stuff. So it was always a case of Mick would be really good at AEW, but there's no way of making it happen. And then obviously he gave up his Legends contract. He didn't want to be associated with the WWE while it's so closely associated with the Trump administration. So yeah, this has all come about, and it's like finally kind of thing. It just seemed like he fit right in, like right away.
I like that. A man with principles.
Yeah.
Wrestler with principles. What's happening? Okay, on board. Into it.
Found one!
Mick Foley and Chuck Mambo. That's the only ones we believe in.
Yeah.
I think we should give a heart rating to Mick Foley making his debut. I don't know whether there's a particular like prop that he's associated with in hardcore matches, or should we just give it hearts?
He does finger guns and bang bang, but it's isn't it a ray gun? It doesn't quite work.
Okay.
The emojis if it's a ray gun.
We'll just do hearts.
We'll do hearts. The one with the bandage on.
Yeah. Maybe. How many?
All of them.
Okay. Okay. Infinity?
Infinity, yes.
Okay, well, we're off to a good start. Off to the races.
Yeah. Started out strong.
That started out strong. I think doing a women's tag team championship 5-minute eliminator was not such a strong start because they started the match before half the crowd had even come in, and that felt a bit mean. Yeah. I know there's all this debate about, well, it's just on the pre-show versus... But the buy-in is supposed to lure you into buying the real thing. But, like, when they're playing to a half-empty arena, that feels a bit mean.
Yeah. Because I thought after we'd had Ty J on Collision, sort of making their plans known kind of thing about the women's tag belts, I thought maybe they'd set up the Eliminator for... like for this, like for the pre-show, and then it ended up being like Zayda and Viva, which is like that's cool as well, that's fine, but yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe it's because they're like Ty J are gonna get some other matches in first, but then it's like, as it turns out, no, because they're having the Eliminator on like Wednesday next week.
Oh,
so
are they?
I thought maybe they were like saving it, but they're clearly not at all. So it's like, it just felt a bit weird why they wouldn't do the Eliminator on the pre-show. But maybe there's reasons, I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, are there reasons behind anything other than we don't care so much about women? But as you say, Zayda Steele and Viva Van, I think they lasted the longest against the Divine Dominion thus far.
I think
there was a lot of fun and games of the smaller girls running away a lot faster than like Megan could keep up with them, and Zayda as well, deliberately like making it very clear she was wasting time by running around just to run the clock down. That was really fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that was really good. I do like that idea. Like it's so just doing more, because it's better to me that they did do stuff like that rather than just have it be a straight squash like it has been the other times. Like, at least do something fun with it. Like, if we're going to be doing this to kind of pack out the record sort of thing.
Oh, I've just looked up how long they lasted, and now I'm really sad.
Oh, no. Why?
4 minutes, 45 seconds.
No!
So close!
So close! So close!
Oh, girls. I'm so sorry.
Run it back, anyway.
Yeah.
Let them have another go.
Let them have another go. But yeah, then we got, as you say, Ty J showed up at the end, so that's nice. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you'd think they would build that for the next pay-per-view, maybe. But then it's Forbidden Door next, so...
I guess the one on Wednesday is only the Eliminator.
Yeah, no, I know. I was thinking they would do the Eliminator and then they would have the match at a pay-per-view. But we got a bit...
Maybe they will.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe they just hold off running it. Like, if they do the Eliminator on Wednesday and then they win, maybe they'll just wait until the next...
They'll be like, that was your women's tag match for the month.
Yeah.
You know, rough times. But yeah, that happened. And then we had a trios match between the Death Riders versus the Opps. Hook, Anthony Bowens, and Shibata in this particular circumstance. And I don't remember anything about this. I remember Yuta doing his I have till 5 thing.
Yeah.
Nothing else stuck in my head.
No, I'm a bit the same on that one. It was fun. I remember enjoying it while it was on, but it was like there was nothing that really massively stood out to me, other than the fact that Bowens has got some really interesting stuff in his arsenal, and I just hope they showcase him more, because he's got some really interesting looking moves, and I don't think he gets enough credit for it.
Give him a go. Well, we got 10 more matches to get through, so moving swiftly on.
We will move on.
We had the Conglomeration, so Mark Briscoe plus Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong plus Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall with the Rizzler, Big Justice and Harley Cameron and the Vita Coco Man. Fucking hell. Against Shane Taylor Promotions. So Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Carly Bravo, Sean Dean and Anthony Ogogo with Christian XO. That's a lot of people.
That was a large amount of people. Is there more in this than there was in the bloody
It's up there, isn't it?
Stadium Stampede. That is certainly a large group of people.
I think 15. Yeah, there is. That was a lot. Well, if you count the Coconut Water Man, which I'm not sure I do, but he was there.
Do mascots count? I don't
know.
We've never done mascots before. I haven't got a fucking clue.
We have done mascots before in AEW, though, haven't we? Sometimes sports teams ones. And there was one...
that just falls out of my brain. I don't know.
There was one that was feuding with someone. I don't remember who it was, but we certainly have had a few. A bit of goofy product placement, but that's fine, I guess. A lot of my notes on this pay-per-view will say, where the fuck is Trent? Trent should be here. Trent should be here. And he should have been here because he was feuding with Big Boom AJ and his many children. So it was a bit weird that Orange Cassidy was teaming with them and Trent didn't show up. But I guess he was busy this week and he won't be so busy next week.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Get to that.
Yes.
But as if that was not enough people, we did have a run-in at the end from Eddie Ortiz and Mance Warner. I have failed to catch up or stay up to date with Ring of Honor. No surprise there. But I am delighted that Mance Warner's here now. That's nice.
Yeah, love that. Because there was a bit of a hoo-ha earlier in the week, wasn't there? Because he had to cancel.
Oh shit, I don't know.
And it was basically the promotion that he was meant to be turning up at put out a thing and said that AEW has pulled Mance from the schedule. And then Tony Khan then replies saying, we don't know anything about this. We haven't pulled anybody. And I wonder whether it was just a misunderstanding where it was Mance pulled himself.
Yeah.
Because he
maybe
wanted,
it's just my schedule doesn't...
wanted to have the bigger show. Yeah. He's scheduled to be at the AEW show. So, I mean, if he contracted somewhere, proper contracted, with a full-time job, then that's the one that has to take priority, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a whole thing earlier in the week.
Well, luckily for me, I missed it because I just took the blue sky icon off my phone screen so that I wouldn't open it before I'd had time to finish the pay-per-view. So
probably
I've not seen much in the way of discourse. if there's anything that I need to know, you will have to be my oracle.
Actually, you know what? There wasn't a lot about the pay-per-view itself, really.
Okay.
No, there wasn't a whole lot. There was, I don't know if you heard the incident. Well, there wasn't even an incident. It was basically Ospreay turned up to the press scrum wearing a Harry Potter hoodie thing.
William,
fuck. And went, I bought it from the shop. Like, there's a Harry Potter shop somewhere nearby. So yeah, obviously that didn't go down well. But with as far as the pay-per-view itself, like, there wasn't anything really kicked off.
Doesn't shock me that Will Ospreay, famously not super smart man, doesn't spend a lot of time in online social justice spaces or doesn't make connections between things. But that is unfortunate.
No. Yeah, it's stupid. Very stupid. Like,
let's hope that's the more charitable explanation.
Yeah. It's like you hope that it's not.
I'm just not going to say anything that could get me in trouble at this point. Let's leave that. I mean, yeah, I want to believe that Crispy Billy is not a bad person, but he does have an awful lot of question marks. Anyway, moving on. We had a brief little bit with MJF and Mick Foley and Darby Allin running in at the end of the pre-show. Mick Foley giving a big speech to both of them, which I thought was nice, actually, to set that up of like, we are reminding you that this is the main event and this is the overarching story of the night, and here's a preview for free. Now buy the pay-per-view. I thought, yeah, that works for me.
It was cool. It was like, because there was a bit where like Foley complimented Max and he looked so genuinely pleased by it. He was just like, oh, but it was, he couldn't keep the look off his face, so he was like the most delighted man in the world.
To watch that back. Unfortunately, I continue to be a Maxwell apologist. Sorry.
I was surprised that they did this so early, because there was a point where Max and Mick were going to do a thing. I don't know where it was going to happen, but it was going to happen at some point, and it would end up leading to a match. But then, because Mick has got like concussion issues, he only got as far as like training to do it.
Yeah, you said. And
I have said this, haven't I, last week? But yeah, so basically, this sort of angle or whatever it was going to be was supposed to happen. So yeah, I was really surprised that they
nice
put Foley
let them
and
have a little
Max.
Minute.
Yeah, like I was just really surprised that they put them together so soon. I was just like,
also,
this is a thing already.
In the space of this conversation, have realised that I am an incredibly stupid woman, because people throughout the night kept saying like bang bang, and I was like, oh, I guess that's a reference to someone from the olden times, but I don't know who it is. But is it actually Mick Foley himself?
It's Mick Foley.
Fuck my life. All right, cool. Great, lovely. Yeah. Okay, well, that makes sense, because I was going to be like, I guess it's a tribute to someone, I just don't know who it is.
Yeah, because he's one of his he does several like characters and personas, and one of them is Cactus Jack.
Right.
And one of his signature sort of taunts is going bang bang with the finger guns, and yeah, that's why everyone kept doing it.
What we should do, maybe, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but I was going to say we should get WrestleChaps to do us a introduction to Mick Foley stream.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking great idea. That is, yes.
Like pick some like key matches and like key character bits. Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, so what he said briefly, he told Max that it was a disgrace that he lost in 2 minutes 15 seconds, and unless you want to be known as the man whose matches can time an egg, you better put your big boy pants on. And actually, I thought about that and was like, but you have to boil an egg for like at least 6 minutes.
You can end up with a snotty egg, and no one wants a snotty egg.
That is actually a disgrace, the biggest disgrace. And then Mick Foley said to Darby Allin this whole speech about how like, you were the weird kid, you were the shy kid, you've taught the world that, like, just because you're weird doesn't mean you can't win, prove them wrong, blah, blah, blah. Which does slightly seem a bit weird given what actually happens. Because it's like, turns out the weird kids can't do it. Turns out the weird kids cannot do it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shout out to the not weird kids.
It is an issue with AEW booking as a whole, though, that we keep celebrating the heels and good people get downtrodden and bad people profit. But that's also the state of the world. But I guess I would like a bit more hope in my fiction, if at all possible.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of cool. I did enjoy that little speech that Mick gave. Because that is, you know, regardless of what we may think about Darby, like, it's like, that is like the character.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It works. It was really fun. Like, I am really excited to see him do more, like, promo work with other people as well.
Yeah, did a good job. It was nice. Yeah, good stuff. So then we get to the pay-per-view for real. So we open with the New York Street Fight I Quit match between FTR and Christian Cage and Adam Copeland.
Yes.
I was initially very disappointed that everybody just seemed to be in their wrestling gear.
Yeah, I'm always disappointed when people do street fights in their wrestling
It's
gear.
the rules. You have to wear jeans. It's the rules.
You've got to put your knee pads over your jeans. That's how it works.
No one is teaching these men the correct rules.
I think Cope was wearing jeans, actually.
Might have been. They might have been black jeans, yeah. It was kind of fun. I did think it was a weird one to open with, especially because it got so violent. I was like, whoa, we're setting a tone.
Yeah, because, and to be fair, I really enjoyed this match. Like, given that I really didn't care about, like, who ended up winning in the end, it was super fun. But yeah, I was surprised at the match order. Because, like, there was a couple of times where various matches came up, and I was like, they're doing this already? Yeah. Fucking hell.
But there wasn't a lot that you kind of, there wasn't anything that was filler, really.
No.
The one bit I quoted from the AEW recap, which says, Cage grabbed pliers and pulled at Harwood's nose. He didn't quit, so Cage used the pliers to crack Wheeler's walnuts. That looked very painful. I don't know if this is AI or what, but come on, what is happening here?
I'm not sure. I have no idea who's writing these things, but, like, whoever's writing it, whether it's AI or not, it's unhinged.
It's so unhinged. So many exclamation marks. We got a moment where Christian Cage, instead of saying I quit, said I banged your mother, because he's a terrible person.
He's a terrible man. He is a horrible boy.
He is a horrible boy, yeah.
Horrible boy. Yeah, that was really funny. That had me chuckling.
I laughed at that, and then he came out on Dynamite and said it again, and I was like, no, that's enough now. But as always, in wrestling, we say a thing once, people find it funny, we say it again forever. And we never do that.
Yeah.
By the way, never never repeat a joke, ever. Never, ever. Beth Phoenix or Beth Copeland came in for a bit. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Considering this feud allegedly started because of Christian Cage attacking
a wrestler
her.
Taking a pile driver.
Because of a wrestler taking a bump. It was nice that they brought her back, because I think, there's been so much of it that's like, I must defend my wife, and it's like your wife who's a professional wrestler who can defend herself. So I kind of thought it was cool to bring her back.
It was very cool. Yeah, I don't know what Beth's situation is in terms of, like, whether she's, like, in, like, for wrestling, or whether, like, she's signed at all, or, like, I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's always fun when she turns up, because she's awesome. It didn't
feel like they were setting her up for anything more than the occasional cameo, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, it's always fun when she turns up because she's fucking cool.
Yeah. There was a bit in this match where Dax set a table on fire, and instead of Beth going through it, Stokely and Cash Wheeler went through it.
That was great. I really enjoyed that.
Completely fucking insane behaviour.
Well, you see, it's Mick Foley's first night on the job, so you've got to do a flaming table spot. That's just how the rules
I guess
work.
a lot of this is probably going to be like Mick Foley references that I...
Yeah, and I probably won't remember them all either, but there was certainly quite a few.
Okay, well, I think, like, if the stuff that he's bringing is the, like, unhinged hardcore match stuff, I could be here for that.
And comedy as well.
Yeah.
He's done some very funny bits over the years, so yeah, I am sure we will get some funny stuff as well.
Good times. We didn't get an episode to talk about it, and I don't think we have time to talk about it very much here, but they did have that match with Tommaso Ciampa versus Chicken on Dynamite last week that involved a cheese grater, so we really are in a slightly more hardcore territory than we expected to be in. On fucking TV as well. That was wild behaviour.
Gnarly.
Good lord.
That was a really fucking good... There's been so much wrestling that I completely forgot about that match. I don't know how long we're going to be here. And it was great as well. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, there's been so much that's happened since.
So much. Cope ended up winning this match by hitting Dax with Spike. And then they won, which I think was telegraphed from the fact that everybody has been saying for 100 years that FTR were just holding the titles until these two could take them off them. And I do feel a slight sense of dread about what's going to happen next, but the tag division has been in the swamp, so maybe it'll start getting out of it if we're really lucky.
I think from where they started last night, I think probably, I reckon they'll have some fun matches. And I think the TLC at All In is still on the table, potentially. So that'd be fun as well.
You're never letting that go.
Never letting it go.
We are getting it. If it keeps saying it, it will happen.
Well, if Cope keeps saying, I'm definitely not doing it, I might die, then the more I believe it's going to happen.
Maybe that's his retirement match.
That would actually make me a bit sad if it was.
Wow, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But I think it'd be a fun match.
Okay, fair. We will potentially allow it. How many hearts would you give this match?
Solid 3.5.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was more fun than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So it gets points for that as well, because like I say, I went into it being like, the tag belts are in the swamp anyway. Like, whoever wins this, they're still going to be in the swamp, so I don't really care who wins. But saying that, really enjoyed the match. It was really fun.
Maybe things will be better than we thought they would. That's a nice thing to think. Okay, cool. Then we get to the AEW International Championship match, which I meant to look up how long Okada has had this belt, and I didn't. But he...
20 years.
Yeah. 84
He's had it a while.
Yeah, exactly. He
won it off Kenny.
Okay.
The International, he won it off Kenny at All In.
Oh, right, okay.
All In last year.
So it's a little while. It's almost a year. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, he was fighting Konosuke Takeshita in what Don Callis was trying to paint as like a fun little exhibition match for his boys. Like, oh well, there's been a little bit of a scuffle, but you know they're gonna burn it all off now, and then they'll be friends again. It's not really the way it went. So Okada throughout this was being very disrespectful.
He was fully little bro in him.
He was.
Takeshita.
Yeah. He was.
He just kept pulling the best faces all the way through this match. He was being the biggest dickhead, and it was brilliant.
I love dickhead Okada. I really do. It did make me think about, like, watching these two with all the commentary going on about, you know, the best Japanese wrestlers of their generations, respectively. And, like, it just made me think about how a lot of people have kind of talked about, oh, Okada doesn't like to put the younger guys over and he's whatever. And I was just thinking, like, none of this is real, is it? Like, it's all just another layer of kayfabe. And however smart a mark you think you are, it kind of is just still a mark. And you might as well just embrace it. Anyway.
It's like meta kayfabe at this point. It's like kayfabe on top of kayfabe. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of that is just people fully buying into the gimmick. Yeah. And, like, if that's the case, then Okada's doing a fucking magnificent job of it. Like, so much fun. If he can convince, like, the proper smart mark types that he is fully a dickhead, then, yeah, good on him.
We just have no way to know. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think we ever have any access to who he really is, which is totally fine, and as it should be.
Saying that, though, I fully believe that man is the silliest goose in the world.
Entirely possible.
I don't know anything else, but I think he's a silly goose. Yeah. Just a hunch.
Yeah. So they did have a match back in December, and that was the part of the Continental Classic where Okada stole a screwdriver out of the turnbuckle, which was supposed to be there for Kyle's match, and which led to Kyle not winning his match. So the seeds of dissent within the Don Callis family were sown long ago, and also the spectre of Kyle Fletcher was hanging over this match.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So during the match, there was a bit where Don Callis intervened to stop Okada from hitting some kind of pile driver or even just doing anything to him, like on the floor, being like, "You're my assets. I don't want my assets in the hospital for 6 months." But
yeah, he was going to do a tombstone on the floor outside, and Don ran in and was like, "No!" And yeah.
But then Takeshita popped up and did a brainbuster on Okada on the floor. So one of these men is obedient, and one of them is not.
No.
Naughty.
Maybe that was a
naughty,
test.
Naughty. Maybe it was. But yeah, so Takeshita had a little shout at Don Callis, and then because in part of hitting a brainbuster on the floor to Okada, he won the match. He won the title.
He did.
Woo!
He did. And didn't Takeshita flip off Don?
He did, yeah.
As well, while he was yelling at him. Yeah, very funny.
Very funny. Very delightful. But then Rocky Romero and Mark Davis showed up. So Don was kind of looking after Okada, and Don Callis was also shouting at Takeshita still after the match, telling him off for hurting Okada. And the commentary was kind of playing up, oh, there could be a 4-on-1 beatdown, but then Kyle Fletcher's music hit.
Yeah, and I yelled at the TV because I wasn't expecting to see him, even though the ghost of Kyle Fletcher was looming all pink over
not
this
expecting
match.
him at all.
Not expecting him to come back at all, and I was fucking delighted.
Oh my God, it was a roller coaster. Everything happened so fast. I was going from one emotion to another because, he came back, little pink nightmare boy, in a suit, stripping off his jacket on the way to the ring. And I thought, I wonder if he'll like take off his shirt and tie and reject the sort of corporate Don Callis look. But he didn't. And then he got in the ring, got in Okada's face, gave Takeshita a big hug. And I was halfway to posting on Blue Sky that, like, it was so nice to see friends and love will triumph. And then he just fucking laid him out, didn't he?
Yes, horrible. He fucking did. I was the exact same thing. I was literally about to post yay friendship.
Yeah, and it's like, nope.
But then, no. He just floored him, and the whole crowd just went absolutely mental. This crowd are fantastic.
It was
all
good.
Night.
Yeah, they were
so good.
Fully chanting asshole at him. Oh, he's so horrible. And then he
horrible boy.
He picked him up and dropped him on his head again. He was fully like, no, just to be clear, fuck this guy. And poor old Takeshita having just won the belt, is just like dead on the floor, betrayed, unloved. Oh, sad times. Sad times.
Poor little guy.
Poor little
and
guy.
Love is dead. Love is
Well,
dead. And
love
Kyle
is
Fletcher
dead.
killed it.
But, except, what happened on Wednesday?
What happened on Wednesday is that, as it turns out, Takeshita is a conglomerator.
So happy about this.
Well, he was before, wasn't he?
I
At
don't
one
think
point,
so.
he was hanging out with them.
I don't remember.
I think before they officially got a name, when they were just various combinations of those guys kept having matches. And I'm sure Takeshita was hanging out with them right at the beginning.
I believe you, but I don't remember that.
I swear he teamed up with Orange at one point. Am I going insane? Maybe I'm going insane.
I mean,
don't know.
who can say? But I am.
It's very hot.
Very. I hope that they get him a backpack for his new belt. That would be really sweet.
Yeah.
And I hope that they
should.
get him some cinnamon buns. And I hope that we get our sweet boy Takeshita back.
Yes. Wouldn't it be cool if Yuka also joined the conglomeration?
Yeah. Oh my god, yes.
That would
Yes,
be
yes,
awesome.
yes. Please. Yes. Oh my god. If this is setting up for that, I would be so happy.
Yeah.
Please. Oh my god. Yes.
Because her tagging with Willow as well, when Willow comes back, or maybe tagging with Harley in the meantime, because
yes.
she's adjacent at the very least.
Give
So,
us
yeah.
Yuka Sakazaki, please. All right, great. Lovely. Love that. Love that for us. I'm going to believe in
Book that, sorted.
forever. Book that. Book it. I don't know how to contain all the feelings about this one in a couple of emojis, because it was up and down and backwards and sideways.
It was all over the place, wasn't it? But
really
I
was.
mean, to be fair, this was one of my favourite matches of the night.
Yeah.
Like, the match itself was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's good.
So good. Like, yeah, the story they told through the match and everything, wonderful, loved it. Yeah, probably either first or second match of the night, maybe, for me.
Ooh, wow, okay. Well, what if we give it 5 roller coaster emojis?
Yes, that works.
There we go. Cool.
I didn't even know there was a roller
No,
coaster
I
emoji.
sneakily Googled it to make sure. Okay.
What have we got next?
What have we got next? So next we have our first Owen Hart match of the night, which is Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena versus Mina Shirakawa.
I thought this was great.
Yeah,
I thought
me
this
too.
was really, really fun. Yeah, Athena's got some new music and things and new entrance gear and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's looking very cool. And I'm thinking, is this because at some point she's going to actually jump over?
I mean, she fucking should. She should be on every show, beating the
At
piss
all
out
times,
of everyone.
yeah.
Yeah. That fucking light up cape. She's so cool.
She's the coolest. And it's still quite strange to me, like how, because a lot of people do kind of cross over, sort of between Ring of Honor and AEW, and then Athena is one of the ones who kind of doesn't very often. So I would
Because
like to see
they
him
book
in
women
AEW
extremely
though.
badly on AEW, and they book women pretty well on Ring of Honor, so...
Yeah, true.
But yeah, every time
yeah.
I see her, I'm like, she's the fucking coolest. I want to see her all the time. And so I should just fucking sack off AEW and watch Ring of Honor. But we're a Ring of Honor podcast now. So they referenced that obviously Athena has been Ring of Honor champion forever, and that she had previously had a match against Mina at Death Before Dishonor. Plus, Mina injured her hand in a match with Athena back at All in Texas. So there's actually quite a lot of history to this match, but not that
There
you would
is.
necessarily know it because AEW don't let women on TV.
They did cover it a little bit in like, because they did some backstage interviews and stuff. I just thought it was really funny where Athena was going, Mina was going, you broke my hand. And it's like, no, Mina, you broke your hand by hitting Athena in the head.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts as Athena breaking your hand.
And maybe it doesn't. No, I didn't remember that. I need to go back in. But also, I have tried to cram so much wrestling into my brain this week.
Things have started leaking out my ears.
Yeah. I have to stay very still because otherwise it just falls out more. I love both of these women. Like, we should be seeing Mina Shirakawa more. Why are we not seeing her on every show? Why are we not? What's happening? Like, we've got talent. Oh, I just fucking hate everyone.
I think the thing is with Mina as well is like there was probably like plans for her and Tony still.
Well,
and
change
then
them.
They've had to. This is the same problem we always have. It's like if something goes wrong, you need to figure out like something else to do that makes sense, but like people just kind of end up floating away a little bit. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean to be fair, we do still see Mina quite a bit on telly, but it's again, it's the same complaint as usual where it's like there just needs to be more time. Like the women are doing really good stuff. Yeah. It needs more time.
The men are taking up too much time.
Yeah.
I genuinely think we are actually having quite a lot of men's matches and segments that go on longer than they need to. But yeah, I would like to see both of these women all the time, please. They did slightly break my belief in the LED panels getting broken when someone smashed into them. I'm not sure whether it was a timing thing or the video or whatever, but I was just like, that's not real. That didn't break. That's not real.
See, I kind of love that they do that, like, because there's been a couple of times where they've, like, obviously added, like, an animation that glitches the screen out, and I kind of love it. It's really stupid. It is definitely stupid, but then at the same time, I'm like, I fucking love that.
Wrestling is forever gaslighting you, though, because you think everything's fake. It's such a journey. When you become a wrestling fan, it's such a journey, because first you're like, okay, I understand that it's like choreographed and like it's predetermined and quote unquote fake. And then you're like, oh, but actually a lot of this stuff just fucking hurts anyway. But I'm sure the blood's fake, right? They've just got a blood capsule. And then and then you find out, no, it's very hard to know what's real and what's not. But I don't believe in the LED panels anymore.
No. The illusion has been shattered.
It's like when you find out Santa's not real. Yeah, so the story of this match was that early on, Athena hurt her knee or possibly her quad. Commentary didn't quite seem sure about what the injury was, but she hurt her leg.
It was somewhere in the leg region.
Somewhere in the leg region. And so, although she won and she did manage to get up on the ropes to hit the O-face, I feel that they might be setting us up for her to go out in the next round. I hope not, because I want world champion Athena, but...
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not so sure about that.
Okay.
But but then it could just be me wishful thinking, because I would really like Athena to win the Owen, but I don't know. I don't know if she will.
Her to win. She should win. She's just so much fun. So many wrestlers are not interesting to watch, and Athena is so interesting to watch. She has so much charisma and character and personality, and she's so creative in the ring. And I feel like I've gone on rants about how much I love Athena in the past, but she's perfect, and she should be on TV more.
Yeah, for sure. I think the women's division in general just needs to be on TV.
It really does. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying to think at what point we can get into the fact that like on the actual scheduled showtime, the women got about 3 minutes in a 3-hour show.
On Dynamite, yeah. Oh, on Dynamite Dynillusion.
To be fair though, the entire last 20 minutes of the show was the women's street fight. Was Shida versus Stat having a lights out street fight. But it's also, like, you kind of crammed it into the time slot where, like, a lot of people are turning it off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not everybody... It's like, that's not just me saying these things. Like, the ratings do kind of drop off a cliff after, like, when the show is supposed to finish.
I feel like we need some kind of abbreviation, hashtag, something that's just like, but of course there should be more time for women on TV. Like...
Yeah, it's like... I always feel the need to add the disclaimer. But yeah, it's like... I don't know, it's like, because people go, oh, well, it's because, like, the women's spots don't draw.
No.
You tend to put them in the spots where the ratings naturally go down anyway.
We're not.
So do you know?
We're not having these conversations. Like, it is taken as read that there should be more women's matches and promos and segments and storylines.
Yeah.
And if you're not down with that, I've got 2 words for you. No. Okay. How many hearts do we give Athena and Mina?
Athena and Mina, there's too many people with names that end in Ina.
Yeah.
Because it ends up getting confusing. I would give this a solid 5. I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it as well. The other thing that... well, in fact, probably the biggest plot point that happened that we haven't had time to talk about, because we didn't do an episode last week, is that Willow Nightingale had to drop out of the Owen and also relinquish her TBS belt. I've seen people say that they think that this is a kayfabe injury.
I don't know if they would have her relinquish the belt,
Yeah,
though.
that's my kind of... I mean, maybe she's off doing something else. Maybe she's filming or something, but
Possibly,
I hope she's
yeah,
all right.
I mean, it would be great if it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not a shoot injury, that'd be great. Like, I hope she isn't injured. But, yeah, it's just the fact that they've had to relinquish it, which is, like, not something they tend to do if it's a kayfabe injury. Because there's obviously a sort of set time when you're expecting them to come back. You know,
So that's really sad, because it might mean we have no Willow for months and months and months.
Yeah, that is really sad. Yeah, just really unfortunate. Like I say, as much as I would like to think it's a kayfabe injury, I don't get the impression that it is. Yeah. So hopefully she will get herself sorted and fixed up, and we'll see her again soon.
Because that's another key player in the women's division out. And it's not that the others don't have the potential to be key figures. It's just they're not booked that way.
No, that's the thing. Because there's loads of women there that are fucking brilliant, but they've kind of not been built up to that kind of the sort of level of like Tony or Mercedes. So it's like, it's difficult. It's difficult having like 3 of your top women out all at the same time. Although you imagine Mercedes has got to be back soon.
Do we think that she is the wild card?
I mean, know,
she's a very big player to slot in if it's a real injury and they didn't know that it was going to be necessary. It feels like it wouldn't be Mercedes. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if Mercedes was the challenger at All In which case maybe it will be. I don't know.
I can't figure it out, no. Because, I mean, I guess it depends if they were planning on having Willow win the Owen, which is, like, not something we can really know.
No.
Because obviously
that would be
it's
heartbreaking.
Willow's spot. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Like, I have absolutely no idea who is going to win the women's one. So
No. And I'm kind of going through a mental file of facts of, like, who could it be? I mean, there's quite a few international stars in that. I mean, quite a few. There's, like, 2. But, like...
Yeah.
Maybe it could be a new person. I mean, we've seen Ali Catch a few times, but, they're not going to put her from doing a squash tag match into a big spot, but like
straight into the Owen.
But I would like to see her more, please.
Yeah,
if it's all possible.
The past couple of weeks, she's been in, hasn't she? So
I love her.
Crossed.
I love her. I love her. I love her. Bring her to me. So yeah, who knows? I hope it's exciting when we eventually one day find out who the wild card is.
I felt awful for Alex though, because Alex was meant, obviously, like, it was meant to be Willow versus Alex on the on the main card. So Alex ended up losing a shot as a pay-per-view match as well, which was unfortunate. But obviously, I got the impression like that it was a bit of a scramble to figure out who they were gonna have. Well, yeah, because a
couple of the people who are in the tournament are injured as well, aren't they? So. I think like Suri and I can't remember off the top of my head.
Persephone.
Yes, you're right.
Persephone's
so,
injured. Yeah.
Shit. Well, that's some bad planning.
It is. It's a bit of a bugger, isn't it? Like it's like a really good bracket. Like everybody in it's really good, and then there's been sort of loads of injuries all at the same time, and it's Forbidden Door. Sad. It's Forbidden Door season every single year.
God damn,
we end
Forbidden
up having
Door.
like a. It's Forbidden Door's fault, I swear. It's like every time before Forbidden Door, we have like a rash of injuries.
Maybe we should sack off Forbidden Door.
Even when it moved.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But even when it moved in like August, like
Curse pay-per-view, shut it down. Yeah.
Curse pay-per-view. Because then we ended up like finding out that like Ospreay was going away and Swerve was going away for a bit, and it's like they moved it in year. It's a cursed pay-per-view.
Cursed pay-per-view. All right, kill it, because like it's not a very Forbidden Door anymore, because we bring in people from other promotions literally all the time, so there's no need for it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's not really that forbidden anymore.
No.
That's the thing. I kind of struggle with it a little bit, because it's like. I was talking to someone about it the other day, and it's like it used to. Initially, it was more of a super show where you just have random matches that seemed like a cool idea. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like there wasn't a huge amount of story built up around it, because obviously you can't have someone come from New Japan for like a month when they've also got New Japan to do as well. Like it's like it's a logistical nightmare, I'm sure. But yeah, so it's like it's gone from being that now to just kind of being somewhere in the middle of that and like a proper pay-per-view, with like stories from AEW like worked into it. And I just think maybe it would work better if it was one or the other now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just have it be a crazy, like, super show with loads of random matches on.
Yeah.
Like, because if we're getting another pay-per-view in July, surely that could pick up some of the slack, maybe?
Mm-hmm. You'd think. Well, oh yeah, oh God. This is the worst schedule I've ever made. Yeah, we didn't even do a news bit, but that pay-per-view is now confirmed. It's like July 26th or something.
Yeah. And it's in Montreal, I think.
It's in. I don't know. My Canadian geography is bad. It's in Quebec somewhere. I
think it's Montreal.
Somewhere French. Yeah, how exciting. That's when Speedball's going to win and unite the men's and women's world champions, and everything is going to be non-binary. Maybe.
Yes, non-binary forever.
Maybe. God. I've got heat stroke. You can't blame me for anything.
Yeah, I'm right.
Also, why? Like, we didn't do one last week, so there's everything that was on Dynamite and Collision last week, plus a fucking giant pay-per-view, plus a 3-hour marathon.
Yeah.
This is hard work.
We really fucked ourselves with this one, didn't we? Like...
Yeah. We should have just not bothered, or we should have just stuck all the matches in a hat and just pulled out whichever. We'll talk about this one.
Yeah, I just talked about one match for like 20 minutes. Then actually,
I actually would quite happily have talked about one specific social media clip for an hour, but. We will hold on to that until the happy things section, because I'm so happy. Yay! So much joy. Okay, right, back on track. We can do it. We can do this. We are strong.
Let's go.
I think my ice packs have melted. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So that brings us to the AEW Continental Championship match, which was billed as having no time limit, which filled me with so much dread. I was like, great, so the Divine Dominion get fucking 5 minutes max, and you're going to give this no time limit, and it's probably going to go on for 3 hours.
Unlimited time limit.
Fuck my life. But
can you imagine if it did? Brian Alvarez would lose his fucking mind.
It would be worth it just because Brian Alvarez would spontaneously combust. But this week...
That is what I'm thinking, yeah.
So might I, so it's a bit of a Pyrrhic victory. It ended up being like 19 minutes, which is perfectly fine. Yeah. And in fact, you could have just said it had a 30-minute time limit.
Just done it as a regular match. I think maybe that was why it was like the reason for them having the match again, because it was a draw, wasn't it? The week before they had a
time
draw.
Limit draw.
So it's yeah. So yeah, it does make sense. But yeah, if you don't want to see a match go on for 3 hours, you're like,
I'm just like, we don't have time. Have you seen what else we have to do? We can't do this. Mox, please. I think my problem with this little mini storyline, which I don't really have a problem with because I like that Kyle O'Reilly is getting a bit of a moment in the sunshine because I love him. But I don't really know what the point of it is.
I think what it is that sometimes Mox sees people not getting their due.
Yeah.
And I think that is, probably what he's seen, and what a lot of us have seen with Kyle, is that, yeah, he's a cute, silly little guy, and he's great, but also he is one of the most brutal fucking grapplers, and people forget sometimes. And I think Mox sometimes sees that and goes, you know what, we're gonna do a thing. And then they do a thing, and then every single time, it completely, like, elevates whoever it is his profile.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. That makes total sense. Good perspective, thank you. Because you're right, like
Daddy Mox doing good work.
This whole thing of Mox being like, there's one guy who's got my number, there's this guy that I can't beat, and it's Kyle O'Reilly, and it's like, yeah, he is a fucking beast. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But I love him.
I love Kyle. I love Kyle so much, but he's... Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, we see him being silly so much that I think we forget how good of a wrestler he is. So I like that they did this and really showcase that side of him, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it ended with Mox winning, but then give him a little handshake and respect.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I was disappointed, but also I'm not disappointed at Mox keeping the belt because it's Mox. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I thought maybe that was a good time to put the belt on Kyle, but, you know, for whatever reason they didn't do it. I think I'm a little bit bored of, like, it seems to be quite formulaic with the Continental. Like, every single year, it's like whoever wins it, ends up holding it for the entire year.
In which case, don't fucking defend it. If you're only willing for it to change hands at the end of the tournament, then fine. But
because now they've kind of turned it into a work rate belt as well. So it's like, I think maybe we need to inject a bit of that unpredictability. Like, I think that's what we need to do with a lot of things, actually, is just inject a bit of unpredictability back into it.
Yeah.
You know, so because if it's like going to be set in stone that whoever's got it just keeps it for the entire year, then, like you say, what is the...
Just get rid of it, because we don't need another fucking title.
Yeah, like, other than it being like Mox, with Mox having it, it's one of those titles where it's like Mox just wants to defend it for the game because he loves fighting.
But you could actually be doing a more interesting story with Mox if he didn't have a belt, especially because I felt like that's where we were going after he lost the World Championship, and then they were like, we'll just give him a different belt and carry on exactly as before.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Although now we've kind of got the Death Riders.
Now we've got
kind
the
of
Ospreay thing.
Yeah, the Ospreay thing, and they're kind of somewhere in the middle. They're in like heel face limbo kind of thing, which is where, I don't know, I think the Blackpool Combat Club kind of lived in that area most of the time as well. So it does kind of make sense.
I don't like it, but there we are. Well, we almost segued ourselves quite nicely. So let's give this a heart rating and then move on to the next one. How many hearts for Mox and Kyle?
I would like to give it a full 5 because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
This is the other one for me that's like this and Okada Takeshita were like my 2 favourite matches.
Wow, that's unexpected. I think. But let's crack on for now.
We'll get to my third favourite in a minute.
I know what my third. I know what my favourite is. The other 2 Owen Hart Foundation matches coming up. First, Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. Mox hung around like loitering near the ring to kind of sow his support for Will, even though Will Ospreay is definitely not a Death Rider.
He's a good wrestle dad. Is our Mox.
He is a good wrestle dad, but I did feel a little bit like I know I've gone back and forth with this, and I had that fear again of, oh God, Will Ospreay, will you commit to a storyline, please? Because I don't think he is. I don't know if I trust him.
I'm still not sure where this is all going.
Yeah.
Because there's the sort of Kenny factor of it as well. And
yes.
I'm just like, I really don't know, but I like that. I like that I don't know where it's going, but also if it just ends up being like a story that just kind of goes off the rails, then I'll be annoyed. Yeah. But like at the same time, I'm intrigued enough at the minute to see where it goes. So the whole thing with Samoa Joe that has been leading up to this match is obviously that Samoa Joe wanted Will Ospreay to join the Opps, and Will Ospreay instead joined the Death Riders, even though he says he didn't join the Death Riders, but he has been learning some new moves. Dead. And he's got edgy gear.
And he hangs out with them and trains with them all the time. And he's got a new move called the Death Ground, based on something that Mox said to him in a promo. So it's looking pretty Death Rider-y, except I feel like in this match, he wasn't selling his neck as much. He was doing lots more jumpy stuff. He ended up winning with a couple of hidden blades, which is not his... that's his own move. It isn't a new Death Rider-y one. I would have liked it to be a new Death Rider-y one. I want progression.
Yeah. Although I do,
but the crowd still lose their mind for him.
Yeah. I think the thing is with Will is like, I kind of like the idea of him being like a hybrid of like, sort of, because you've got like, because clearly he's like influenced by Kenny as well. Like, so you've got Kenny on one side and you've got like the Death Riders on the other, and Will kind of in the middle being a hybrid of the two. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, I love that idea. If that's what we're doing, great. Like,
yeah,
that's like superhero shit. I'm into it.
I don't like superhero stuff. Maybe that's why. But yeah, there was not a big shock here. Will Ospreay won.
He did. I firing out that fucking cutter on Joe before the match had even started. That was fun. Loved that.
I think I'm just in a bad place with Will Ospreay at the moment, and I think that's. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I don't trust you at the moment. Like, you're gonna have to do some work, and the fucking Harry Potter hoodie has not helped. But it's
understandable.
Fine. I'm gonna give this a 3. It's fine.
Yeah, it was fun. It wasn't. It was what it needed to be. I think. Like it was good. It wasn't like it was a bad match by any stretch, but it wasn't. It wasn't like anything I can really remember that really, really stood out, other than the like cutter at the start. Like, but I am sort of trying to sort of look at it as like you say, you sort of got beef with Ospreay at the minute, which is absolutely fair enough. And I'm just trying to think about it in terms of the character on telly.
Yeah. And that is the correct way to do it. I just find it hard sometimes not to let stuff lead in.
No, it's difficult.
What I did like was as you said, we had a little chat between Kenny and Ospreay on Dynamite, much like the one that we had after the last pay-per-view, where they meet up in medical and have a little chin wag. And
I hope this is a thing that
really
happens
like
after every pay-per-view now.
Yeah, I hope so. I really enjoyed it. I liked that. Kenny was like, "Can I have a word about Mox? Because you should be careful about him. And you could have called me." And Ospreay's just like, "Yeah, but you're not here."
Yeah.
And I thought, exactly right. Fucking tell him he's not.
No, because he'll sort of. I mean, obviously, like, we don't know what's actually going on in real life, but like in story, it's like, yeah, Kenny loses a match and then fucks off for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, even at points where, and I mean, it's kind of like with Ospreay as well and with the Bucks, and it's like there's always been, like, because of these long absences, there's been so many points where it was like, oh, Kenny should kind of run out here and help somebody out, and then he's not there.
Well, even in the lead up to this pay-per-view where they said that he was going to be in the Stadium Stampede, he wasn't here for any of the build.
None of it, no. It's, yeah, so in storyline, Kenny is being a very flaky friend.
He is very
and
flaky.
Has been for a while, like, as I say, strictly speaking in kayfabe terms, like, he's been a flaky friend. So, like, yeah, I wonder if they're going to do something with that, like... Because after this little chat, I was thinking, like, it feels like everyone kind of thinks that either Billy's going to turn on the Death Riders or the Death Riders going to turn on him. And I'm like, what if Kenny turns on Will?
Ooh.
And we get big, bad heel Kenny for a bit. I would live.
I would like it. But
I would love
we'll
that.
see.
I love heel Kenny. He's great.
Yeah, maybe. It could be. I liked that Mox was just like, "Hi, I'm here. I'm hearing everything you said about me, bitch." That was fun.
His cheeky little face on with his dimples going, all right,
so
what
cute.
you talking about?
And I really love this. I am easily pleased, and I actually think that having a little tiny moment of people showing that they have thought about what's happening to them.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's like,
complicated male friendships.
Are...
That's what we love about wrestling. We need more of it.
Yeah, I love it. I love this. Brilliant. And it ended with Will saying, "Kenny, don't give up on your dream of the world championship, matey." Matey
bubble bath.
But so it the dream is not over.
No, and this is the thing, because it was. I mean, I don't even know where we could slot this in, like, without spoiling the main event. But
no, we can't.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen at All In. People seem to think that one thing is absolutely set in stone, and I'm like, I'm not really sure that it is. Like, at the minute, I'm like, And
I think hold on to that doubt, because as soon as you start thinking, I'm absolutely sure what's going to happen, either you get massively disappointed or you get bored. So, fuck it.
I generally, I do. If something is sort of telegraphed that hard for that amount of time, I do start feeling a bit like, oh, I'm bored now. Because it's like I've already imagined it in my head. So that is basically the same as me experiencing a thing. Yeah. Because that's how my brain works. So, yeah, I like not knowing, because, like, before I was like, it's pretty set in stone now, isn't it, what the main event for All In's going to be? And then now I'm like, because there's certain just little things that make me think, like, is Kenny going to go evil? Like,
I hope so.
I really hope so. Dickhead Kenny's great.
We have got a lot of dickheads at the moment, but like, let's put a pin in that thought and come back to it in a bit, because we had our other Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament match, which was Swerve Strickland versus Bandido.
Yes.
Has Swerve given up on being a heel? Because he fully did the whole have Nana come out and hype the crowd up and get them singing along and dancing, and I just thought, this is not conducive to getting them to boo you.
No.
What's happening?
Although, like, in other ways, he is trying really hard. it's like he needs to be more uncool, but I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he's capable.
I think there's a couple of things. I think one thing is, if you've got music that people love to sing along to and you do a heel turn, that music has got to go.
Well,
you've got to come out to something else.
He
changed it, but it's still equally sing-alongable. So you've got to change. It's got to be something not fun. You've got to have something unpleasant. And I guess the other thing is I was reading a thread on Blue Sky with a guy breaking down like wrestling heel face dynamics should come down to even how a match is structured.
Yeah, because people tend to like if someone's working heel, they tend to sort of mute their most crowd pleasing moves down a little bit.
Yeah. They'll slow things down, they will increase tension, they will not be like you say, exciting. They won't do the thrilling stuff. But there's a lot of stuff about, baby faces advance and heels retreat. And Erica on Wednesday Night Fake Fights talks about this a lot, about how a match is structured with, the heel gets the offense and then this happens. And I sort of try and not have that in my brain because I worry that it will make watching the matches less enjoyable to me if I can see the structure, but I am aware that it is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone like Swerve is doing that. I feel like he's still wrestling babyface just because like you say, there's so many like crowd pleasing moves. Even the fucking thing that he did where he did like he was standing on Bandido's shoulders and did a house call. Like you can't do everybody.
That. Yeah. That's the thing, is like his presentation of himself as a heel is really unusual, and it's why nobody ever boos him, because there are elements of babyface in there that will always guaranteed pop the crowd.
Like, this is the thing where I don't want to say don't have any nuance.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it doesn't get the intended
despicable
reaction. Yeah.
Like, he needs to do something fucking dreadful.
I think when we've talked about this before, we've talked about how there are maybe two people that you shouldn't attack unless you definitely want to be a heel.
Yeah.
One of them being Bandido, because he's a sweet, sweet boy. And the other one being Speedball Mike Bailey. So stick the pin in that one, because I think potentially we might be seeing some Swerve on Speedball violence. Maybe that could do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Are we off topic again?
We're off topic again, but we will, because we're going to end up coming back to this shortly.
What has happened here? So this is why people record straight after the show and then bang their episodes out. But we can't afford to do that because we need to sleep and do jobs.
We didn't have the time. Either, to be fair.
No. So, this was fucking cool. This match was fucking awesome.
Great. Really, really
All
good.
of that aside, these two men do stuff that should not be possible, and yet they do it. It's so fucking
incredible.
Cool. Just Bandido is ridiculously strong, and they're both ridiculously agile, and it's mad.
Yeah. It's like watching two really athletic cats have a fight. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just that it boggles my mind, like the balance and stuff. Like the house call off the fucking
just
off
the
Bandido's
control,
shoulders.
Yeah.
Like how does anyone do that? That's insane. Crazy. Brilliant.
It's not normal. Yeah.
No, not normal at all. No.
I think both of these guys. Something I don't want to be mean, but there was certainly a wrestler on TV this week whose body seems designed to be static, and and muscles maybe do not seem to be that functional, whereas these two seem to be all I mean, not that they're not aesthetically pleasing, but it's functional. It's like, this muscle is going to let me do shit that you have never seen before.
Yeah. No, I do know exactly what you mean, because, this week we had, obviously, that 4-way match, that are we coming back to that at some point? We're probably going to come back
Maybe not, because it was a fucking waste of everyone's time, and it could have been a Thekla promo, but yeah.
I mean, this match, it was when there was spots with, like, Cage and Roosh, there was a couple of pretty messy spots there, and Roosh nearly got dumped on his head, and he seemed to kind of struggle to pick up, like, Leo.
Yes, so much for not naming names. Anyway,
but like, it was a bit. We were on the struggle bus a little bit. It was like when there's sort of dudes who were like half the size. I don't know how things work. I don't know how muscles work. Like, because, like, yeah, you would think there would be a massive amount of strength in somebody of that size, but then,
well, yeah,
you've got people who are far smaller and far more able to sort of pick people up and things. It's I think if it were me, not to go all Kenny Omega on it, but there are certainly some people that I would put on the bench who are not being put on the bench. Anyway, how fucking hell. I'm so sorry. Do you think anyone's listening to this at this point? Probably not. They're like, nah, fuck you, idiots. And they will have missed us going full Kenny Omega. Jesus.
So how many? I think I'm giving this 5. I love both these guys. They did fucking insane shit, and loved it.
Absolutely great. Yeah,
love them.
Fucking really, really good match. This is the thing. I'm going, well, this match was my favourite. This match was my second favourite. But I actually ended up pretty much loving it. Most of the matches on this card,
I think
they were
so.
all great.
Yeah. So then we get to see some women again.
Finally.
Finally. The Women's World Championship 4-way that we were given literally 0 build for, and I am still angry about that, and we should have at least had a little segment of someone being challenged. We could have just had it, like, it would have taken no time at all. Just have Thekla cut a promo, have the other 3 come out and challenge her, and, you know, whatever, make the match. Like, there was no reason not to do it properly, rather than just go, oh, by the way, the Women's World Championship will be defended in a 4-way, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because there was, I mean, I get that they were going to put, like, this was going to be Persephone versus Thekla originally.
But, again, 5-minute segment the week before. Just set it up properly. There's no reason to just have someone say it. Like, it's just someone, Excalibur, say it. But, yeah.
There was a couple of weeks where they could have at least an in-ring, like, promo.
Seriously. Or do a fucking backstage pre-tape if you can't get them all to a show. Like, you could have done something that meant
where they were all
women
together.
talked on the TV instead of a man just explaining it. I really do need that shorthand way of saying. Do we need like maybe I just need a bell, like just a misogyny bell. Women got screwed over again. Ding,
bing bong. Yeah.
Yeah. For real. So anyway, we had the Women's World Championship. So anyway, we had the Women's World Champion Thekla versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida versus Kris Statlander there are no DQs in a 4-way. Oh, fucking hell. I can never remember this insult. It's you know it all scumbag fuck or something that Trent said. No DQs in a 4-way.
That was it. You know it all scumbag fuck.
Yeah, no, yeah. Somehow this match was... Not somehow. Fuck somehow. This match was awesome because all 4 of these women are awesome.
Yes.
That's how it was awesome.
Well, that was...
No build, no nothing. Still really fun.
Yeah, because you put those 4 women in a ring, there is no way it's going to suck. Like, it's guaranteed that it's going to be a really fucking good match. But, yeah, it was just the... we could have just done with a little bit of... Like I say, just a promo or something, like with them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure why we couldn't have fit that in somewhere.
Ding. So
Bing bang.
Can we get some kind of I know we always say we need like a soundboard. I need some kind of physical
literally do
sound
at this
effect.
point. Yeah.
I just want some buttons to press. So this match, we started out with Shida and Stat working together a little bit, a tiny bit, but Shida clearly was not planning to play nice, and she whacked Kris with a kendo stick. Jamie ended up sort of using the kendo stick to pull Shida out of the ring. And despite the fact that we know that these matches are extremely dangerous for a champion because they don't even have to be involved in the finish in order for their title to be lost, Thekla retained by pinning Kris Statlander.
Yeah.
And good, because I still love my spider keeper.
Yes, yeah. It wasn't time. It wasn't time. Yeah. I mean,
no,
I
it's not.
think
it's not time.
It was more clear when we knew like it was gonna be Persephone that would have been her. Because that's the other thing. It's like finding out secrets and things kind of end up spoiling
I hate it. I hate it. I never want to know.
When they were like, oh well, it was gonna be Persephone, and then it was like, well, okay, so Tekla's retaining then. Like by announcing that it would have been Persephone, kind of spoiled.
Don't
the
tell
result.
us anything.
Yeah.
Shut up. But also, if Thekla had have dropped her belt after not really having a satisfying feud with someone, I think I would have been
annoyed,
apoplectic. Yeah, I was going to say I would have been heartbroken, and I was like, no, I would have been fucking fuming.
Yeah. I'm crossing my fingers that we get something meaty for Thekla very soon. Yeah,
please. She's so fucking good. And then we had a Dynamite and a collision, half a collision, and she wasn't there and she wasn't mentioned.
I wonder if she's going to be on Saturday, because there is a collision on Saturday.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But even so, she's the women's world champion. She should be on Dynamite.
Yeah.
I'm giving this match 5 spiders because I love her, and that's what she gets always, every time she exists.
I will caveat that, though, with... She did have a big match on Sunday, so there is every chance she was resting. Because I know it's...
Yes,
she might have been banged up. Like, that is...
She might have been.
Yeah, she might have been. But then... We have to at least consider these possibilities. Because, like... No, I'm just thinking, because usually the pay-per-view, post-pay-per-view Dynamites tend to be, like, everything gets announced at the last minute, and it's mainly based on who's cleared.
I refuse to be reasonable, because... It's not like this is unusual.
It's not like it's unusual, but I am also, like, maybe Thekla needed a week
And
off.
That whole fucking Dynamite, like, the whole first 2 hours, there was, like, nothing. Wasn't it? Like a couple of seconds of women's time. So I did
kind of wish we'd have had something a bit more substantial on, like, the Dynamite portion of the show that wasn't, like,
yeah. I mean,
like,
there was fuck all. Yeah.
Yeah. There was bugger all on the Dynamite section of the show, and it's like, because you can't just go, oh well, there was a nearly 20-minute women's match right at the end. It's like, but like I said before, it's like, yeah, but you shoved it in the bit where a bunch of people turned the telly off.
So what happened was, after the events of the pay-per-view, Shida and Kris Statlander agreed to have a Philly street fight on Wednesday. Because of reasons, probably sport, it was a 3-hour show.
Yeah. That's the thing, we are getting a collision on Saturday. So
a 2-hour one?
I don't know if it's 2 hours.
One.
I think maybe it's a 1 hour one, because otherwise that'd be insane.
If it's 2 hours, I'm going to cry. But, so, because they said, oh, it's a street fight, it's a lights out street fight, even though... Last week they had Tommaso Ciampa cheese grater chicken's head, but because this is a street fight, it has to go on at the end. It went on at the end of the 3-hour show, and actually after the 3 hours were up. So it's like, you already know that there's a ratings drop off after the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
When it's like, it's 20 minutes after the whole 3-hour show and it's in an overrun. That's just... I just
because
ding, 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 ding,
bing bang, like it. Yeah, because they're kind of I've seen people paint it as they were the main event, and it's like
nah, fuck
they
off.
weren't even that really. Like it's like it's because it's a lights out match, and
no.
so that it goes.
Why was it a lights out match? Why wasn't Ciampa and Chicken a lights out match?
Yeah, that's my argument. That is that does sound a bit like a bunch of excuses to me, to be honest.
It's a bunch of shit. They know it's a bunch of shit. It's just nonsense.
Lights out matches haven't gone some of them have gone into the overrun, but it's like that hasn't been a thing before where it's like, it's a lights out match, so it has to be after the scheduled show. And it sort of goes into the overrun. Like, yeah, it's after the scheduled show, but it's like it doesn't usually end up in the overrun. Do you know what I mean? All the time. It at least starts earlier. Like
it's just a bunch of bullshit, and I'm too hot. I'm not. I have no capacity for being reasonable left.
No,
I'm just like, fuck this. It's time for this bullshit to end.
Yeah, it does. That's the thing. Like I say, it does just sound like a bunch of excuses because, we've had lights out matches before and they have started well before the overrun starts.
We've had hardcore matches. Anyway, all of that said, Kris versus Shida was an absolute banger, and I was delighted by it. I am amazed that Kris Statlander has any fingers left on her hand because apparently this was in an ad break in America. Like, Shida ran over Chris's hand on a bike.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How are her fingers still attached? Break?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, it was insane. It was a fucking great match. This is the thing though. It's like, it would have been awesome if that had have headlined like the Dynamite bit of the show.
Because
it was a fucking great match. Like
light tubes on my AEW. Yeah.
Like, if only so that the people who did turn the telly off didn't miss it, because it was fucking great. It was really fucking good.
Know. But they don't care if everyone turns the TV off.
Yeah.
Ding. Okay.
Bing bong.
I'm getting a fucking buzzer. I'm getting one.
That's going to turn into a tick now.
Yeah. I'm going to get one. I'm going to find some kind of sound effect machine. We've done that section, haven't we? There's nothing else to do there. Fucking hell. Help me. I'm melting.
It's so hot. You would think with the sun going down that it would get a bit cooler.
Not better.
It is not better. It is not better. It's so
horrible.
What is
wrong with this fucking disgusting humid island?
We got to get off Turf Island, man. It's I can't cope with this.
It's sinking into the swamp. Oh God. Yeah. Okay. So this brings us to we are not going in the swamp. No swamp.
No swamp.
This is my favourite match.
Yes.
Which is the Stadium Stampede.
It's up there. It's my third.
Was not super excited for it for the most part because the Hurt Syndicate continue to be annoying, but it exceeded my expectations by a long way. So on Dynamite last week, we had a fun bit of nonsense with the Bucks and Jericho standing on a cliff edge by a lighthouse arguing about what their team name should be, whether it should be the Bucks of Jericho or Y2 Jackson, and landing on like both, or they were, at one point it was going to be like two names, one team or something.
Yes.
Absolute chaos. Silly boys.
Nonsense.
And that was lovely and I really enjoyed that. I just newsflash, it turns out I enjoy the Young Bucks. Who knew?
Surprisingly enough.
I'm just like, I see the Young Bucks, I am happy.
Yeah.
Then the intros for this match, I was going to say that I didn't even need the match because the intros were so much fun and I was so happy. But like we
you
saw
could have just turned it off there.
Yeah. we saw the bad guys show up, and they were all driving different vehicles, including, I could not identify what this vehicle was. Some kind of Ford truck thing on fucking stilts. I don't know what that was like that the dogs
lifted,
were driving.
It was a lifted pickup truck that had hydraulics in it, and it was nonsense.
America, you are insane.
The looking car I've ever seen. It was
like,
great.
I have never seen anything like it. It blew my mind.
Have you seen how huge American cars are, though?
I know. It's because America's so big.
Yeah, it's crazy, though, because there's someone down the road from me who has got, like, a pickup truck that's, like, American pickup truck. It's just a regular-sized truck. It's fucking huge. It is like, so big.
There is nowhere in the UK you can park that.
No. Nowhere you can park it other than outside of your house, and like the roads are too narrow as well. Like, oh my god, yeah, crazy.
Literally like driving a bus the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the Demand. A shout out to the Demand. I love you. They were wearing little matching baseball outfits. They are so cute.
They're adorable, aren't they? They're so good. I love them
so much. I just pinch their little cheeks. I love them. And then the Babyface team also had this whole entrance film thing where they were doing it like a fucking
Tarantino
90s movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Freeze frame the characters and have it go into like duo-toned like outlines with their names on it. And at first I was like, oh no, because it started with like Jericho, MVP. I was like, oh no, what is happening? And everybody was posing, and then they got the more fun people into it, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. And then the final one was Kenny Omega, who was smoking a cigar and then choked on it for a really long time because he's a fucking idiot and I love him so much. Then like the freeze frame went back to everyone else, and Jack's there like pinching his nose like, oh my god, you're so embarrassing. I love this.
Yes, it was so silly and I fucking loved it. Yeah,
beautiful.
Because I don't know if you've seen BTE where they did a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, it was like Kenny, that was the first time he's ever smoked anything, apparently. And Jericho had to, like, set up his cigar and light it for him.
Wait. I'm not sure that's true. You know when he was in a tag team with Chuck Taylor in, like, PWG?
I remember him having a cigarette in his mouth, but I don't know if it was lit. I seem to remember it not being lit.
It could be that. I was scared because I was like, I remember Chuck wasn't smoking properly. I remember like thinking they were both idiots because they were like not smoking properly, just kind of like doing a very quick inhale, exhale with it. But like, I don't know. Okay, well, either way, but Kenny is not a smoker.
Kenny is not a smoker, and he said the cigar tasted like tree sap. And it's like, have you been going around licking trees? I mean, he is Canadian, so maybe you did.
But surely if
you can't lick all the trees, Kenny.
Yeah, he's like, well, if you lick a maple tree, that's good. So what if I lick a different tree? Yeah, I think you need to be more specific about which tree sap, like pine, maple. Anyway, Jesus Christ, my brain is soup. Stuff. What else did I love? I loved. Oh, Jack stabbed a tennis ball in his entrance video because he's a knife pervert. Loved that. The Bucks had like little suits on. Oh, all of the good guys had like suits on, except the Bucks had like suits with tassels. And when they were wrestling, they looked so fucking stupid.
They were so stupid. Those suits were amazing. So good.
I loved it. There was so much stupid stuff in this match. It was perfect.
Yeah. It was, we had, what was one of my favourite bits? Oh, Leo helping out the face team. I love that Leo, the little gremlin guy, is the face.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking love it.
Surprise Demon Leo Rush is always a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think they should be doing that on every single show.
I react the same way. You know, the mum on Arrested Development when that guy just appears out of nowhere and she sort of flaps her hands and goes, ah! Because, yeah, this guy just appears out of nowhere and she reacts like that every time he turns up. Can't remember the guy's name, but never mind. But yeah, I have that kind of reaction, like, whenever I see Leo unexpectedly. I'm just like, ah!
I think we should always and only see Leo unexpectedly.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
Oh my God, I love him. I love him so much.
So good.
He's the best.
Oh, man, yeah.
Thing that I thought of when you were talking about glamour muscles and being strong and being able to pick up Leo or Orange Cassidy, Toa Leona definitely has the functional muscles because he picked up the Bucks and Jack simultaneously and did the Samoan drop on them. He did. I have seen him do that in person with the Flying Bryants. So I've seen him pick up 3 guys before, and I'm like, one day you're going to pick up 4, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I fucking love Toa. Did you see Erica's post before? Lovely Erica has spotted a thing.
No.
Because when the Demand were having an interview backstage on Dynamite yesterday, at some point, was it during this? I think it was during this match. Toa got bitten by Leo on the hand. And when they were interviewing the Demand last night, he was like, he kept looking at his hand and kind of like he had like a black wound on his hand.
Oh my god.
And I'm like,
God,
if
please.
they don't do something with this now, I am going to lose my fucking mind. Because why would you put that there? Why would you put that there if you're not going to do something with it? And I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god, please.
We're going to get some actual spooky shit.
All I live for is spooky shit, please. I love it. All I want to do is see Leo Rush interacting with people, which is why, yes, that 4-way that I wasn't even going to talk about because it was deeply disappointing. When they were like, we're going to have a match and it's Orange Cassidy and Leo Rush. And I was like, this is for me. And then they went, and it's Brian Cage and Roosh. And I was like, this is 50% for me.
Yeah.
And in the end, I was like, didn't really need it. I would like an OC and Leo Rush singles match, though, please.
Yeah, I would as well. They work together really well, though, as well, because they both kind of like teamed up against the big guys. And they work together
to the
great.
Bit, and they're both really good. And
what if Leo becomes a conglomerator, though?
Oh my god, that would... I would live.
What if Toa turns into a conglomerator by getting bitten by Leo? Because he goes all, like, spooky and shit. And
then what if the spooky guys who are good guys have to fight the Sisters of Sin?
Amazing. We've solved it. We've solved everything.
All goth wrestling. Fuck it. No more All Elite wrestling, all goth wrestling.
Yeah! I think Leo should bite everybody.
Yes.
And then we will get all goth wrestling.
Oh, that's so much fun. I love that. This match just delivered so much fun, and I keep hearing people who were there talking about fun stuff that we didn't even see. Mm-hmm. But one of my favourite bits, because I know I've been moaning that Andrade's selfies with girls ringside does not delight me, and I kept saying I hope it's going somewhere and I hope someone uses it. Having Luchasaurus, of all people, show up in a blonde wig to get in a selfie, I was so happy. I was like, this is so everything. Good. This is all my Christmases come at once.
It was, this was the stupidest match, and I fucking loved it so much. Because I think it was needed as well. That was the other thing. Yeah. Because people were going, it was too silly. But stadium stampedes are silly. They are always silly.
I have not seen anyone say that, and I would block them instantly.
I would as well. I saw other people saying other people were saying it. Like, because clearly I already have these fuckers blocked. But it was like...
I am the Don Draper meme. Get out.
It was not too silly. What the fuck are you talking about?
No. Fuck off. Boring.
Yeah.
Bore off.
When a stadium stampede's not silly.
They're
when is Anarchy in the Arena
God,
not silly?
Literally.
What
Watch
are you
the
talking
fucking
about?
first one. It's so dumb.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, ignoring idiots on the internet, there was a bit in catering. There was a dude that I didn't recognise, and I don't know who he is, and I have unsuccessfully not found
Someone
out
said his
I didn't
name,
really try.
and I can't remember what it is. But it
don't
popped
know.
the
Okay.
crowd. Clearly he was known. But yeah,
That's what I thought.
didn't
It was like, I should
realise
know.
he was
I
somebody.
didn't know.
No, we
Okay.
didn't know.
No, he was someone. But then Andrade did more comedy where he pushed Satnam's face into his cake or something, and then he did the spot of a giant man standing up behind him and backing into him, being like, "Oh shit!" And then there was just
So
a whole
good.
food fighting catering. And then like Luther showed up at one point
With a massive tennis racket, yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
And then everyone was saying nobody else ever uses a tennis racket in wrestling, which is very funny.
So much joy. And Jericho
So
was
good.
throwing tennis balls at Ricochet, and David Finlay had his shillelagh because that's what he does. And just joy, endless joy.
endless joy.
Like I say, I was watching this on my laptop in my mum's house while she was watching some nonsense on TV, and I was just cackling to myself. And I tried to be fair, I tried to entice her because she's like, "What is this about wrestling that you enjoy so much?" And I was like, "Why don't you just watch some with me?" And she was like, "No." Oh, okay.
I've tried that with my dad as well, and my dad's just like, no.
No.
I think
they
he
don't
knows
wanna.
he'd enjoy it. I think that's the thing. With
Yeah,
my dad,
maybe.
I think he thinks he knows he'd enjoy it, and that's why he won't watch it.
Boo.
Boo!
A thing that we were a little bit concerned about, I think both of us, was that Davis seemed to fuck up his eye, and it is as yet unclear how fucked up it might be. I mean, I guess not fucked up enough that he couldn't show up for his match on Wednesday, so that's good.
Yeah, that is, good news.
Looks a bit gnarly, though.
It did, because it looked like he went eyeball first into a chair leg, which was just horrific.
No.
I think it looked like because his eye patch, he came out in an eye patch this week on Dynamite, and then at some point it disappeared. And he kind of looked like his eye looked very dark. So I think he might just have a really gnarly black eye, possibly. But he was okay to wrestle, so fingers crossed it's all right. But that looked really fucking gnarly. And then when he came out to do this bit, he was looking for Jack, and he found a knife stuck in the seat of a golf cart, but he looked like he'd been in a war. Like he had sort of a makeshift bandage around his head, and there was blood on his back as well. And I'm like, oh my god, what actually happened to his eyeball?
What didn't help as well was that my stream was cutting out a little bit during this part, so I was a bit like, oh no.
I think the my AEW stream had a couple of blips. It was only very very short.
Yeah, really
though.
short, little tiny blips. And the picture quality was otherwise significantly better than I've ever had on Triller.
Oh,
so it's like a minor
good.
complaint. And
So
it's just like,
Kris.
it's a little tiny technical problem. But there was a bit where I was like, oh, did I miss something? But but there was I mean, we all missed loads of stuff, because even when I watched it back, there was a split screen during the bit where Luchasaurus was posing with Andrade, and on the other screen Clark Connors was like throwing himself down an escalator that I'd completely missed the first time.
And they did the usual brawling through the merch stand, and somebody I think it was Connors got covered in mustard at one point.
Because at the beginning of the match, there was just a big brawl in the ring, and then it all stayed in the ring or ringside for quite a long time. And I was thinking, oh, this is a bit disappointing for a stadium stampede, but it was just lulling us into a false sense of security before it went full crazy and perfect.
Yeah, and then Jack tried to commit vehicular manslaughter again.
Yes, he sure did. So, Jack, your face now, Jack, stop it, Jack.
He's been such a weird little guy. I kind of live for it. It's just been odd, and I appreciate it. Like with the bag of onions last week.
I was going to say, last week he brought a bag of onions to the ring, and we don't know why, and we'll never know why.
No idea why. We saw a little clip on social media of him stealing the onions from catering.
It was like, that explained nothing.
Nothing. It just means you stole some onions. And I think he might be a kleptomaniac, actually, because as it turns out, those bright yellow pants he was wearing belonged to Anna Jay. So...
What? Oh my God, what is happening?
He just keeps
he's great. I love him.
shit.
He's a delight.
Brilliant.
No, I take that back. Not everyone in this match is a delight, because I still will not warm to MVP, but hey. It is what it is.
He was actually a competitor in the match, wasn't he? Or was he?
I think he was certainly
he was just
in the
helping
intro
out.
as if he was going to be, and then he was just sort of bobbing around.
He was like an extra man. I don't think he was actually in the match, but he was just an extra man.
But he had to have his moment, which he didn't need at all. It could have just not been there, but hey, never mind.
That spot was so
we will
fucking
allow it
silly,
because
though,
everything else, so much joy.
That spot though, where he made everyone fall over after doing the tug of war thing while they were trying to get Kenny's diverticulitis again.
How
as
dare
in
they?
an abdominal stretch and then holding hands all the way up the aisle.
Yes, all the way up the ramp. Oh my God. So stupid.
And then MVP comes along, whacks, I think, Toa on the hand, and everyone fell over, and it was great. I did.
It was. I love silliness.
So stupid.
I love silliness. I love spookiness. And it looks like I might be getting both of those things. So
yay!
That's good. Yeah, I'm going to give this. Right, what's the key bit in this match to give to make an emoji out of?
Is there a cigar?
I feel like there might not be, because they might not want to promote smoking.
I don't know. I'm sure you can get a cigarette one. I'm looking on my phone now. I don't know. I could have sworn there was a cigarette at one point. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's a cigarette, but there's no cigars.
Oh,
Glenn close, but no cigar.
Not quite the vibe. Then there should be a shillelagh emoji. I think maybe dinosaurs. Maybe infinity dinosaurs.
Infinity dinosaurs. Yes, I'll go with that.
Great, delightful, beautiful. Loved it. I have watched that one twice. In fact, I've watched most of this. More, I did a sort of half rewatch to make my notes.
Yeah,
because it was 5 hours. I didn't have time to watch it all again properly.
I started doing that, and then Dynamite happened, so I ended up running out of time. Yeah. So I've rewatched it it was half a time so far.
So many fucking hours.
It was a very long pay-per-view, but worth it. It was great.
We made it to the main event.
Somehow we have made it to the main event. Jesus Christ.
I am not looking forward to it. Can I just put it up like this and go, fuck it, I'm not editing it. You just have it. I'm too tired and sweaty. So the main event is the AEW World Championship title versus hair match. Darby Allin versus MJF. Verdict?
I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good match. I know some people had fully convinced themselves that Max was going bald, and I just, in my soul, I was like, nah. Because they always do it. They sort of give you the sort of prospect of something like that happening, like Max actually getting some comeuppance once, and then it doesn't happen. Because it never happens. So I was like, I had no doubt in my mind in the end. By like the last week, I was like, nah, Darby's definitely losing this one, I think. And Max is definitely keeping his hair.
It was that t-shirt, the MJF bold t-shirt. Mm-hmm. I was like, he's not doing it. They wouldn't have mocked it up if it was going to happen.
No, because they could have just taken a photo after he had his head shaved.
But I tried to believe. There was a bit of me that was like, but maybe, but in my heart of hearts, I knew. But I was like, but maybe, because I did really believe that maybe that Max would be like silly enough to be like, fuck it, yeah, shave my head. But they didn't.
Not this time.
I guess because he wasn't the champion and because he was so scared of being bold, that I felt like MJF's entrance was a little bit nothingy.
Yeah, it didn't have the usual pageantry, did it, that it normally does?
I just think last time...
I don't know. I do think that fits, though, because it fits
it does.
with the anxiety
It does.
of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely does. I think I'm just, like, I loved his stuff last time, especially him sinking back into the floor on his throne at the end. And then they ruined that for me by immediately having him lose the title in 2 minutes, like 3 days later. And that sucked. But now I almost feel like I can enjoy Max on his devil throne again. So there we are. Darby did a little entrance video where he lurks in the sewers.
He was skating through like the sewers, and I was like, oh, bet it stinks down there.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I
was just like, no. You haven't thought of the smell, you bitch. Like, no.
Why is it that we reference Always Sunny more than anything else, even though I don't even think I've seen all of it?
For some reason, it always seems to fit.
I did actually find a TV show to watch with my mum, and I promise this is sort of relevant, but well, no, it's not really. A show called High Potential, starring Caitlin Olsen.
Oh yeah,
it's like a little crime detective show where she's like, she's a cleaning lady, but she's super smart, and she ends up getting brought on as a consultant to help the police solve mysteries that they can't solve without her mega brain.
Amazing.
But part of me is like, but that's Dee, what's she doing? Sweet Dee, what are you doing?
That's what it's like whenever I see anybody from Always Sunny doing anything other than being in Always Sunny, I'm like, why aren't you being Dennis? Like,
yeah, well, yeah. But Charlie in I was going to say Charlie Kelly. That's not his real name. Charlie Day in Pacific Rim.
He's amazing kind of in that.
Being Charlie, yeah,
he is pretty much just being Charlie in
the best
with big
film
robots
that exists. That they
it's
never
so
made a
good.
sequel to. Never made a sequel. So
we don't talk about
so it didn't happen. It certainly didn't happen. We definitely didn't do that. So they had a little bit of prop work at the beginning of this match where they had like clippers on a pedestal and a barber's chair and a table set up next to the entrance, so they could have Max walk past it and look scared, and that was quite delightful.
It was, and
silly.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It was like they were making there's a thing that AEW does sometimes where they make so much of a meal out of something where I'm like, okay, now I know you're not doing it because you've like made such a meal out of the sort of build that it feels like you're just signposting that a thing definitely isn't happening. Do you know what I mean?
But then part of me is still like, well, they have put it there. Like, why would they put it there unless it was going to play a part? And then I guess it did.
Yeah.
It did play a part. But anyway, we did some wrestling. There was a bit where I couldn't tell whether this was immaculately choreographed or if it went wrong, where Darby dove through the ropes, but his feet clipped the rope and he kind of collided with the desk. And Max was ringside looking like he either just got out of the way or like maybe he pushed him, and then like he was mugging to the camera doing an evil face. But then I was like, is he covering up that they're checking that Darby didn't actually just die? So I don't know. I was unsure.
No,
what happened there.
I wasn't entirely sure on that one either. Like, it's because it is a thing that happens. Like, it is a thing that happens for real, and it's very, very scary. But also, it's not beyond either of them to pretend, sort of make it look like that's
and
just
this
happened.
Is why wrestling makes you crazy.
Yes, in it though. Like, I genuinely don't know if that was a legit like fuck up or if it was supposed to happen that way. I really don't know.
Something that I am very sure was supposed to happen was there was a spot where Max pulled a cameraman into Darby's way, and the cameraman crashed onto the floor, and so we kind of got the camera's eye view as he fell over. That was really fun.
That was really fun. I also like there was a shot of it from like further away, like not from the camera, and It was dead funny because it was like you could see the cameraman like lifting the very expensive camera well out of the way. So like, yeah,
he's a professional. He's a professional.
Yeah, he fully saved that camera's ass. But yeah, that was really fun. Like I say, I did have a lot of fun with this match. It was just one of them ones where I was like, I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but also I'm not actually that invested either way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't like Darby as a person, and so I didn't want him to win.
Yeah,
which is really bad. Again, I should just be invested in the kayfabe, and I should not be forced to know about any allegations about anyone. But also, obviously, you shouldn't get away with being a fucking
awful person. Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, we should just get rid of all the people. Anyway, never mind. Ding.
Bing bong.
They did that thing where I don't know what it's called or how you explain it, but they're sort of like entangled with each other and they like rock back and forth so that one person holds the other person's shoulders down for like one count and then they rock the other way. And they do it for ages and I'm sick of it. I've seen it too many times. It's just annoying. I don't like it. I'm over
like
it.
A cat toy after a while. Just
yeah, like a little perpetual motion, like an executive desk toy that you used to have in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah,
not a fan.
Yeah, I think it's a fun spot, but I think that went on like just a tiny bit too long for my taste. Yeah.
There's a few things that I've got a bit impatient with, and I think it is part of the ongoing conversation of like, there's no time for women, when you're like, okay, but they just did this really annoying thing for 5 minutes. Like, you could have shaved that out. Anyway, the big spot in this was they had brawled back down to where the barber's chair and table and everything was, and Max was trying to shave Darby, and Darby got Max on top of the table and then did a very obvious look up at the scaffolding and was like, oh, I could jump off that. Yeah. And then he did.
Yeah, because it was as soon as someone, like, took a photo of that setup about, like, 3 hours before, and it was, like, immediately everyone was like, all right, who's jumping off that then? And it was like, either it's going to be a book or it's going to be Darby. And of course, it was Darby. Like, once we got to the point where this match started, it's like, well, nobody's jumped off it yet, so...
Yeah. But I'm interested in the setup for this because they had a table next to like the clippers in the chair as if that was somehow part of the head shaving setup, but I can't imagine what you would use a table for in that circumstance.
Apart from
in which case it's just a table for someone to jump on.
Yeah, because I was going to say, isn't it to put the clippers and stuff on? But there was already a podium thing for the clippers, so no.
And also, it was a table that was standing on a little raised platform, and the raised platform had a Darby Allin logo on it.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I was like, is that some kind of, like it's some kind of setup to break his fall?
Yeah. Possibly.
But if that
there could
was
have been
the
like
case,
cardboard underneath kind of thing, so it just kind of
well, that's what I was thinking. It was like it'll be some kind of thing that you can jump. It'll break the impact. Didn't really work though because he jumped and smashed the back of his fucking head up like an idiot.
Yeah. Because this match was obviously in New York, so the Athletic Commission, which is really stupid, gets to dictate what people can and can't do in wrestling matches, and because of that, nobody's allowed to blade.
So it's one of those.
Yes.
Fuck.
So two matches on this card probably got a little bit hamstrung by that, really. That nobody was allowed to bleed.
Kind of not, in that they just decided to do it hard way.
Well, yes. Yeah, that was the thing in the end. Like, Darby accidentally got busted open hard way, and Cope did, rather, at some point as well. I think he ended up bleeding.
But I was a little bit like, is this a thing that, again, we should actually be worrying about, that we're not worrying about because it's wrestling and so they're going to carry on anyway?
Yeah. Thing is, though, it's far safer to blade than it is to bust your head open hard way.
I know,
so, like,
fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
So stupid.
It shouldn't apply. It should not apply at all to wrestling in any way. It's so silly.
No.
But
No.
yeah, so yeah, several people got busted open hard way. So there we go.
Yeah, he did. Anyway, in the end, Max won with a avalanche tombstone piledriver and a headlock takeover.
Of course.
Because that's what they do. I think we know I am an MJF apologist, and so I'm actually kind of fine with it. It is sort of weird that if you watched Dynasty and then didn't watch any of the TV show and then watched this one, you might be mildly confused that he wasn't the champion, but also you'd be like, MJF in the main event for the championship. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Makes
normal.
sense.
Nothing has happened. So the last couple of weeks were nothing. That's fine.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it was just... I don't know. It was a funny one. I mean, like, it was entertaining enough, and it happened. But it just seems like a weird detour that we did. Like,
it is weird. I know that there is a segment of the internet that will be like, we've been telling you the plan was Max, Darby, back to Max, and it's like, okay, number one, don't tell me because I just want to watch my fucking show, and number two, it doesn't make any sense anyway. Like, it feels really weird. It's like, well, so, but why did we do it all so fast? Why didn't you do it properly? Why did we have a stupid 2-minute match? Why did any of this happen?
Yeah, it was kind of like, I think if Darby was gonna win it, then maybe, like, yeah, I think maybe I could have, or would have preferred it if it was like a proper, like, a build to it, and then rather than just like a 2-minute match and then dropping it back a month later.
But whatever, it's over,
It's
so I don't have
happened,
to feel mildly sick every time I see him and think about how he's the champion. So now Max is a champion. He's definitely not going to embarrass me by doing anything terrible. And
famous last
and
words.
Then we ended on a little surprise because Max was going to carry on murdering Darby, but Kevin Knight came to the rescue, apparently. But he was not there to do a rescue. He waited until they loaded Darby onto a stretcher, and then he jumped on him and pushed him off the stretcher.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, that's a correct action to take.
Yes, yeah.
Good boy.
I was like, yeah, this one caught me off guard as well, which is great. I love that. Take me off guard with it.
Yeah, I love to be caught. Exactly. It's like, I actually enjoy being surprised and being like, oh, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, because I can't
all
bear
the joyless, well, I know what's going to happen for the next 6 months. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's like, the thing is, my issue is that I'm pretty good at guessing a lot of the time, and it's like, I just don't want to think about it. Like, because
you have the pattern recognition neurodiversity, and you have to switch it off a little bit.
I have to, and but this is the thing. It's also, I think it's twofold though, because it's also that, and then also people go, well, obviously this is going to happen. Like about 6 months before it happens, and it's like I was saying before, I have already now visualized it and processed the emotions, and I'm over it now. But then I've got to sit around waiting for it. Yeah, I've got to sit around waiting for it to happen in real life. Like it
two kinds of wrestling fans, man.
Yeah,
at least two. So I guess we should do a heart rating for the match before we get into the Dynamite follow-up.
Yes.
So how many hearts would I give this? I think, I don't know. I didn't completely love it because there was a lot of stuff. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, taking emotion out of it entirely, it was a decent match. It was a really decent match, and I enjoyed it as a thing for what it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But a heart rating is to rank your emotional response, so you may not take emotion out of it.
No, I'm not allowed to split my brain in half.
No, please don't.
I don't.
You got that Shibata surgery going.
I'm going to go get it put in a jar. Yeah, I think for me it was a solid 3. It was a solid 3 for me.
That's fine. Yeah. I think on balance, I'm happy, but I also just think I don't know what we did all this for.
No, that's the thing. It was a bit, yeah, I don't know. But then it's like he couldn't really have a proper run because, like, you can't do matches at that rate in that style for very long. So maybe a month was the best way to do it. I don't care. I'm just going to forget he exists because I don't like thinking about him. So on Dynamite, Kevin Knight came out to talk about what he had done. And he gave an extremely terrible explanation for his actions, which was like, I told Darby to win and he didn't win, so he let me down, so I beat him up. And it's like, Kev, baby, what are you talking about? But I just can't be angry at him because he just has his cute little hair and his cute little face. He's adorable.
And he had like a I'm a villain now grey jumper on, and I just thought you're so cute.
Yeah, I couldn't be too mad.
He talks such nonsense. I do think, to go back to our discussion about heels and how they should wrestle a different style, I think that's going to be really hard for him because his whole deal is that he can fly. He's the Jet.
Yeah.
And that is a babyface thing, and I don't know how you make that work.
Guaranteed crowd popper. Which is...
But I guess Ricochet's managed it.
Yeah. And I think as well, Kevin got the reaction he needed to get in this segment on Dynamite. So it bodes well. Even though it's he wrestles like in a way that just pops everybody all the time. But I think he can do it. And it was like we were saying before, there are certain people that you put them against if you want them to be heels.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got that here because Speedball Mike Bailey, our little Miette, came out to try to reason with him. And I thought, am I going to get the Sunshine Machine storyline again where one of them goes heel and then the other one says, well, I love you, so I'll go heel with you. But no, it was not to be.
No.
It was not to be. And Kevin beat up Speedball, which is the worst thing you can do.
Jail for Kevin. Jail for 1,000 years. Yeah, I could forgive him for Darby, but not Speedball. No, absolutely not.
You don't beat up Speedball. And on commentary, somebody, I don't know if it was Taz, somebody was going, maybe he never liked Speedball in the first place. And I was like, you take that back.
Don't you say these awful things.
Disgusting.
Can we talk about Speedball's magnificent outfit?
Yes, but I don't know if I have words. What was it? It was like
they came out in. It was like a formal suit, but also a gi.
Yeah,
and it was the best thing I've ever seen. He looked like he should. I was saying he looked like he should be on Star Trek, and it was like, yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Oh, Speedball does deserve to live in a gentler future.
Yeah, he does. Oh, Speedball. But they looked insane in this outfit, and it was the best thing I've ever seen anyone wear on Dynamite. Kevin
and Speedball both looked deranged in their outfits. I think we're so used to kind of seeing them in like bright sort of red and blue type colours where they look very superhero-y.
Yeah.
For Kevin to come out looking like an evil tech bro and Speedball to come out looking like a fucking Jedi. Wild.
It looked a bit like, you know, when you forget your PE kit and you have to go in the box and because they won't let you not do PE unless you've got a note off your mum. So you have to go in the shitty box and find other people's PE kits and wear them to do PE. That's what it looked like. It looked like they'd been in the bin of like left behind clothes and just pulled something out and went, yeah, wear that, fuck it.
Either that or Speedball looked like they were trying to get into to go undercover in an office and they didn't have a smart jacket and they just tried to improvise.
Got the dial on. That used to be white. That was white before.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, see, if I put it in the wash with some dye on, it'll go like beige and it'll be a nice trouser suit.
Oh my God. Speedball, I love you. Speedball, I love you so much. But it is sad when a tag team who love each other stop loving each other. That is sad.
It is sad. We've had a lot of that as well, like this weekend, this week.
So much.
It's very upsetting.
And it does mean we have very few sweet boys left.
It does.
But we have some. It's okay. We'll live.
But if we will allow me some fantasy booking just for a minute, we had a bit of social media footage where Kevin walked past Swerve.
Yes.
And Swerve looked like a proud dad.
He did. Yes. That's yes. I want it.
But
and yeah.
What if those two attack Speedball, and who is going to come and rescue Speedball? Am I allowed to have this one little bit of fantasy booking?
It could be Hangman. I mean, it could also be Bandido at this point, but it could be Hangman.
Bandido. Yeah. I'm setting myself up for disappointment again.
Well, I am about to set myself up for the worst disappointment in the history of humanity very shortly, so I support you.
You support me in my delusions.
Yes. I was listening to a podcast about AI psychosis where at one point a mental health professional said, well, maybe a little bit of psychosis is okay. And I thought, I don't think that's true.
No, I'm fairly sure that's not true.
But we are going to cling to our delusions and it's fine. So also on Dynamite, we got a bunch of other people declaring that they intend to come for the men's world championship.
Yeah.
Including Roosh. I've got on the Roosh haters train. I wasn't, but I am now. I'm sick of him.
Yeah.
Nah, over it. Fuck off.
I think some people have got a very valid reason to dislike him.
Because he went all out on supporting his mate who's a domestic abuser and is part of the reason that Stephanie Vicker went to WWE.
Yeah.
Bygones. He also doesn't do anything interesting on the TV and he doesn't even say his catchphrase very compellingly and it's very boring. So it's like, what have you done for me lately? I don't like anything you're doing in or out of the ring on TV in reality. I don't know why we're bothering with you, but I guess maybe he will have a match with MJF and then
they're doing it on
go away again.
They're doing it on Wednesday.
Exactly.
So it's...
Someone's got to be the first champion and lose horribly. There we go. So him, Andrade's still very much in the mix.
Yeah. That'll be
Chicken.
Fun. Chicken came out. Although Max at the minute is saying no, you're not having a match.
But that's what Max does. And Kevin Knight, because Kevin Knight says who was the last person that MJF looked up at? It was the Jet.
It was.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. You've got to keep him busy until Will Ospreay's like, hang on, wait, remember me? And then Kenny's like, no, remember me, bitch. And then he knocks Will's head off and then he beats MJF and becomes the world champion.
Yes.
Could happen.
I would like that.
No, but I quite like that this is the thing that they didn't do for Hangman. So let's not go too deep in the swamp on that, but like setting up a whole bunch of challenges is quite fun and I'm happy for them to do it.
Yeah, because,
crack on.
They can do it when the will is there to do it, clearly.
Yeah, but also, as much as I know a lot of people are not enjoying the idea of Max coming out and yapping, they are still doing the thing where he comes out to talk and then somebody interrupts him. It's not like they're just letting him talk by himself for an extended period of time.
No, they stopped doing it.
I think it's actually fine.
They haven't done that since...
They haven't done that for ages.
Before January.
No.
Like, that was the last time he got to have a whole thing where he went uninterrupted. Like, it's been fine. I don't think he's taken up too much...
okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's taken up too much time, really. Like,
no.
because some of the promo segments did feel like overlong, and now they feel much more like broken up. So yeah, I'm fine with it at the minute.
Yeah. I mean, so far so good. Maybe he's going to do something terrible on Collision, but like at the moment, I'm like, yeah, happy for it. And if he gets to have fun with one of his childhood heroes, then I'm happy for him.
He hasn't pulled any nonsense for a while now, like misogyny wise or saying.
He actually has done some interviews recently where he's actually been very, very good.
Yeah.
He might have called unfortunate circumstances a fucking cunt at one point. Enjoyed that.
That was fucking delightful. Yeah. Oh my god, have we not done something? Have we not recorded anything before?
No.
Yeah.
I know.
That was delightful.
But he also, despite continually referring to himself as Big Hebrew, condemned Israel's genocide on Palestine. So I was like, hey, you're all right. Yeah. You're a good lad.
He's a good lad, really. The thing is, though, I never thought he wasn't. It's just he made me furious with some of the things he came out with. And not in a, he's being heel way, in a, like...
Yeah, you've massively misjudged this and we hate this. Yeah.
But, you know, it's if it was misjudged, so he's been fine for, like, this year.
I'm just an idiot who is inclined to believe that he's a better person than maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he's fine. Some people were posting some old clips of him like dicking around on social media and maybe BTE and stuff, and I was like, just feeling affectionate towards him. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, our opinions, as always, are subject to change. So, you know, but he hasn't done anything that's been absolutely disgusting, like.
No,
at any point this year.
About over a year.
Yeah. It's like after Christmas, everything seemed to sort of fix up a bit. So, yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm fine with it.
It's fine. Yeah.
I do want to see Kenny beat him, though.
Yes.
And maybe Kenny to go evil a little bit. That'd be fun.
We have to be doing that, surely, because, like, I don't know what's going to happen.
We've got 2 pay-per-views before we get to All In.
It's true.
So we can't
you know
guarantee...
what you forgot to fantasy book?
What?
Hangman has to die and come back to life.
Is he Jesus now?
Well, no, but he said for the rest of his life he won't challenge for the world title.
So what they got to do is a flatliners.
Yeah.
He's got to, and then they bring him back.
Or we can go full Jesus Christ metaphor if you want. I wouldn't object to that. We could play with that.
Oh, we don't want to make Kurt Angle mad. Sorry, that's a reference that there is no way that you're gonna get. So.
I was gonna say, don't explain it. I might just adopt it. I don't think we should do that. I wouldn't want to make Kurt Angle mad. Whatever it is.
I'm just never going to tell you what it's in reference to, ever.
Is Kurt Angle a bad person?
No, Kurt's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we don't want to make him mad.
No, we don't want to make him mad. But yeah, I'm just not going to explain the reference, ever.
Okay. No, don't. It's more fun that way. Speaking of more fun that way, in his promo this week, did Andrade call MJF a stupid potato? I'm guessing he didn't.
He did not. He called him a putito, which is a whole...
Oh, okay. I was like, I heard potato and I'm not going back to check because I like to live in the world where he said stupid potato. I was like, I'm sure that isn't what he said, and he definitely said something else.
But I had to check because, like, I did a double take for a second because I also thought he called him a potato, but no, he did not, and I checked, unfortunately.
Aww. Can we call him a stupid potato?
We can call him a stupid potato. Yeah, MJF is now forever a stupid potato.
Yeah. God damn it. Okay. Not to, like, jinx us, are we done? Have we covered... Was there anything else that was on the show? Cope and Cage had said that they were going to do a 5-second pose.
Yes.
And apparently this is a reference to something they used to do in the olden days. So I was immediately like, I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I don't know the reference and I don't want it. It's a WWE thing. Take it away. It was kind of funny to give disposable cameras to the audience.
Yeah, because they used to do it, and they used to do a pose and hold it for 5 seconds so everyone could take a photo. And obviously now everyone's got phones. But yeah, Cope gave everybody disposable cameras. And I was so disappointed with this segment. And it wasn't Cope and Cage's fault. Because, unfortunately, they got interrupted. I wanted them to get interrupted by MXM.
Yeah.
Because it would make perfect fucking sense for it to be MXM, and that would be a really fun match.
Oh.
But no, it was the dogs, and I'm mad about it, because it was like, that would have been perfect for them to do the 5-second poses, and then MXM come out and be like, you're terrible at this, and then have a match on Collision. That would be really fun. But no, it was the dogs, so I'm grouchy.
Yeah. I did like that the dogs have a particular style and they dress like absolute lunatics.
They do, yeah. They dress like crazy people. Those snakeskin trousers that Clark's wearing are completely unhinged.
I think one of them was wearing like tiger print shoes or something. It was
incredible.
Like big on the animal print, and I'm into it.
Yeah, because we love animal print in this house. Always.
In this house. We love
in the house
Chuck Taylor
of
and animal
waffles.
print.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, no, they both look completely mental. Which is going to be funny when, Gabe comes back, because Gabe is, in a tracksuit at all times.
Yeah,
with his...
and Gabe does not do this stylish little
with his
crazy
trackies tucked
outfit.
in his socks.
Oh, Gabe.
I'm looking forward to that, actually. Those two and him in the middle. Brilliant.
Yeah. Good stuff. Lots has happened. I wish that we would commit to booking women's stories more.
Yeah.
Which is a permanent fixture.
Complaint,
so I will. I'm definitely looking for a buzzer. Bzz,
Big bang!
That aside, I think I've mostly had I had a great time with Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
I had this show is too long and I'm too hot time with Dynamite and Collision, but
it's mostly because of the weather.
The way that they're setting up the next sort of phase of storylines seems quite promising on the whole. Yeah,
intriguing, because there's quite a few different ways things could go. So that's good. That's all I ever want, is to not be able to predict things.
Yeah. Okay. Cautiously optimistic. And then very, very uncautiously optimistic, taking us into our happy thing of the week. On social media. So a note that I have not hit throughout this entire podcast is that every 5 seconds I was going, but where's Greg?
Yeah.
Why is Rocky Romero here with Lance Archer? Why is Rocky Romero here with Mark Davis? Where is Greg? Why is he not coming to work? Where is he? And on social media, they had a little backstage interview with Orange Cassidy, with Roddy Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. And Orange Cassidy called out the Don Callis family, or as Kyle calls them, the Dong Fallis. I can't say that. Dong Fallis family. It's very hard to hit the family after that. And said, "You've taken so much from me already. Now you want to come for our titles. I'll be here on Saturday. Where's Trent? We're in Philadelphia. Where's Trent? Trent couldn't make it." And my brain had gone, well, hang on, you're in Philadelphia. Chuck Taylor should be here. And then by the time that thought had flashed across my brain, he appeared.
Yay! Proof of life.
Proof of life. I squeaked. And then I got a bit teary, and then just was like, I need to calm down. That was 0.3 seconds of proof of life.
You just went through every emotion in like half a second.
So fast. Literally was like, I'm really happy that that Orange Cassidy is pointing out that Greg's not here. I'm really happy that Greg's going to be in a match with Orange Cassidy, and Chuck Taylor's here. Best friends, girlies will never die.
Mm-hmm. Delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Delightful. Yeah.
Yeah. I am under absolutely no illusions that Chuck will be on TV, because he definitely won't, because he doesn't like making us happy.
He's AEW's resident cryptid now. He just appears in the background sometimes, and you go, oh, Chuck!
He showed us his face.
He did show us his face on social media.
His whole face. his whole face.
I think, but yeah, is this match on Collision this weekend?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, excited.
This storyline has been dangling for so long, and so many times with best friend stuff, they just let it die.
Yeah.
But it's coming back. It's coming back.
Well, yeah, because like before Trent got injured, wasn't it? Before he broke the screws in his neck. That was the last feud, and then we never went back to it. So I think it's time.
We should. It's like his longest running relationship. In so we need it back.
Ooh.
Oh my god! I am happy.
I'm happy, but I am also kind of intrigued. But then I'm also like, am I just thinking they're going to do more with this than they actually do?
Yeah, they're definitely not. They're definitely just going to do one match and then let it die. But if we were not so cautious with our emotions, we would be like, but what if Chuck Taylor gets involved? And what if Chuck Taylor is able to wrestle? And what if Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor become a tag team? And what if they deprogram Trent? And what if they steal Wheeler Yuta back? And what if Best Friends is a thing again? It won't be. It won't be.
But I do wonder if there's something to the whole like Trent seemingly pretending to enjoy being in the Don Callis family.
I really hope so. I
hope so, because they've been kind of hinting at that for quite a while at this point. Yeah. I'm like, are they going to do something with that, or are they not? I don't know. Hopefully they will.
You know, you never know with these guys, because he'll just break the screws in his neck or pop his boob and be out again for 6 months. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that actually becomes a thing, because it's been intriguing me for ages, and I hate it when there's dangling threads. Can't bear it.
Yeah. No, but Dustin not only came to work, but he walked in front of a camera and he said, hell yeah, fuck 'em up.
Hooray!
The best boy. Oh, it is actually misogynist that he's not on TV. Tony Khan is keeping him from us, and that is an act of violence. One of his many crimes.
One of his many, many crimes, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. He's got to stop being a cryptid at some point.
I don't think he will.
I think he quite likes
whatever
being
happened.
A cryptid. He
was like, I am gonna walk in front of this camera, and that's all we need sometimes. Just a little crumb. But it is actually really upsetting how happy I felt, and how like they could make me happy all the time, but they won't. It's not fair.
How dare they? It's rude. It's absolutely rude.
How dare they? Do you want to pick a happy thing of the week, and then we can wrap?
My happy thing of the week, aside from Speedball's suit, was
Speedball.
Speedball. Was just Mick Foley being on AEW. Gotta say, it was delightful, and it's something that's been one of those things where I was like, wouldn't it be really cool if that happened, and there being no way of it happening? And then, you know, in wrestling, never say never and all that, it happened.
Never say never.
And it's, I'm excited for like what they're gonna do with it. I know he can't, I don't think he can wrestle anymore, but the stories they could do with him as a character, I think, because he is one of the best character wrestlers, I think, of all time, like ever. He's so good. So yeah, I hope they just do stuff with him, because I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe he could help put together lots of women's hardcore matches.
Yeah,
because he That would be good, and I would like it.
That would be sick. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I hope they do that. Yeah.
I hope they do that. Mick Foley, be our guy on the inside, please.
Yes. For the girlies.
Woo! Okay, cool. Well, I think we are good to go and replace the ice packs down our shirts and be less hot. Maybe that's just me.
I need to go and lie down in front of a fan.
Not cold anymore. Yeah. So we will be back next Saturday. If you enjoyed this episode, I can't imagine that you did, but please do rate, review, and subscribe. If you made it this far, I don't know. Let me know if you did, because that'd be interesting. If you use YouTube, please click all the buttons that say you like it. And what else do I say at this point? You can follow us on Blue Sky. We are wafflybollocks.bsky.social, awfullywaffly.bsky.social, and wrestletrash.bsky.social. You can email wafflybollocks@gmail.com, and you can buy all your silly graps, mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, hockey jerseys, and other paraphernalia from ko-fi.com/wrestletrash/shop.
Yes, and if you use the code BSkyBaby, you will get 10% off at the checkout. Hey.
Hey,
I'm glad I didn't have to do all
right.
that. I remembered my
bye.
one thing that I say. Love you, bye!
That's the main one. If you ever didn't say love you, bye, sacked.
Yeah, fired.
Okay, bye.
Bye, love you, bye.